Alrighty. Well, I mean, Kevin's here too, but he's just not in Minecraft, so it's all good.
I only consider you on time if you're in Minecraft.
I mean, okay. Then, well,
That's why Desunota's been absent every episode.
Oh, God.
In my eyes.
Welcome, everybody, to episode of Crafting a Chat. It is episode 254. It is May 13th today? Yeah.
Yep.
13th? Yeah, May 13th, yeah. May 13th, 2025. No. What the hell? Why is this phone saying Wednesday, May 14th?
I don't know. It's not Wednesday.
Yeah, weird. Okay, anyway.
It's Monday.
I'm joined by my usual cast here. I got Adam. Why?
Welcome.
It's a video I like that Kevin does not care for, that he references a lot to make me laugh, and it works every time. The son of a bitch.
All right. Well, all right then. I'm joined by my usual cast here. I got Adam, Kevin, myself, Genesis, and then obviously Desunota's absent as per usual. Gentlemen, how are you all doing tonight? Are you all doing well?
Being murdered.
Yeah. No complaints.
Good. I am glad.
Turns out my buddy Kevin's getting murdered. I don't know why he's not in Minecraft. Oh, do you have to complete the level, Kevin?
I don't have to, but I can't tell when the game saves, so I think I'm going to.
Got it. Understandable.
If anybody can figure out what the save anything is, it'd be fantastic.
Nope. Okay. Gotta finish the level. Fuck you. Should have looked it up before. Right. We're in the middle of a podcast. Don't ask me questions.
That's fine. Hey, I'm fine with it. No complaints
here. Oh, Adam, did I tell you that the refund finally got initiated? I should get that gift card back, I don't know, in a week or so.
Finally? That took forever. I wish they just gave you the game, but alright.
I know. I think one of the people who work for me now, she also works at GameStop, so she said she had a copy over there. I was like, okay, keep the copy. I'll once I get the stupid gift card back, I'll come pick it up. But I think from now on, Lost Soul Aside, I think is the last game I'm pre-ordering. I don't believe I'm going to pre-order from GameStop anymore. I'm pretty much done with them. They just, I mean, this was so abysmally handled. Like, you guys lost it from FedEx. I gave you the whole claim and everything, and like you're still like, yeah, we got to investigate. Yeah, we got to look. I'm like, the reasoning is right here. FedEx already did their investigation. Like, just give me the gift card back. It's your currency. It's not even a card or cash I paid. So, I don't know. Well, whatever.
Kevin, it auto-saves at the start of a level and before every major encounter. And also, there's checkpoints.
There's checkpoints?
Yeah. They're often placed before challenging sections or arenas.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Good to know.
I always said I would look it up.
All right.
No questions asked, no problem.
Of course. In our normal, typical fashion, let's all talk about what we did last week. I can go first. What did I play? I've been playing. What the heck have I been playing? I think I played a little bit SpongeBob. I've been playing more Pacific Drive. And I believe I played Helldivers with the boys. Didn't we play Helldivers?
Yeah, we dived.
We dived. I don't think we played anything else.
Yeah, we dived on Friday.
Yeah, we dived on Friday. I don't think we played anything else, so I think that was it pretty much. We didn't play golf this week, right? No golf this week?
No golf this week. You weren't on Saturday. Everybody was on yesterday, but we're all doing our own thing. So, yeah, no. That's all the game you did. Yeah. I don't even think you did SpongeBob this week. You might have after the podcast, but
I might have been on the portal doing that a little bit and kind of moving forward on that. But I've been liking my time in Pacific Drive so far. That's a good departure from what I was playing normally, and it's a cool game. Oh yeah, it's really cool. I just got to a point where I'm now getting more and more like upgrades for the shop. So I have like a dematerializer, a rematerializer. I have a detailer for the car. I have I need to get an engine upgrade, but I'm not at that point yet. I need to find whatever unstable energy is and like completely like broken energy or whatever it is. I don't know. There's like different currencies that I have to get when I go into a mission. But it's cool so far. I will say the most annoying part of this game is just driving uphill with a garbage engine because that engine just can't take you uphill. You get a sign in your car saying "hill is dying," and you just can't go up the steep hills. Like you need a better motor and better tires to carry up the steep hills. When they say this car is a station wagon, it is legitimately an old station wagon. It is an awful old station wagon, but hey, I'm doing it pretty well. I got some new stuff on it, so yeah, I'm gonna keep playing it. I'll see where how far I get in it. I anticipate I should beat in the game. I mean, I'm gonna play it till the end probably, but I don't know whenever I get Expedition 33. I've been really wanted to play that, but we'll see whenever that shows up, and then I still have Final Fantasy 7 and all that other stuff too. So,
Still
but yeah,
Blade?
that's Oh yeah, shoot! I seen the update, new boss fight. Potentially, there's a new cutscene somewhere in the game. People are speculating it's the new end cutscene because she's dropping Taki's memory stick into space, and I'm like, dude, what is going on? Um, I want to play that. That's next month. Cannot wait. June 10th, I think, or June 11th. Can't wait for that. That 25 new outfits, man. I am ready. 100% I'm ready. Don't know if they're gonna offer the Taki outfit. That's one of the pre-order outfits for the complete edition that they call it. And there's another pre-order outfit that they get when you pre-order the game on Steam or PS5. But I hope they make those available separately because I would love to get those two outfits. Taki outfit especially. That was one that everybody requested for a long time. But yeah, Stellblade, can't wait to play more of that. But yeah, that's what I did. Adam, what'd you do?
Did you watch anything?
I don't think I did. Did I?
I don't know.
Oh. I mean, I've seen Moana 2 for the 85th time.
Good movie. Makes you want to get lost.
Oh my god, every time I hear the songs, man, the songs never get old.
Yeah.
I was telling my wife, I'm like, listen, when we go to Disney next time, they better have the soundtrack playing somewhere in Disney.
Oh, they will.
I need to hear Get Lost and Beyond.
Oh, so good.
Beyond is just such a banger. Such a banger of a song.
So good.
I don't think I watched anything. If I did, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think I watched anything.
All right. I believe I said, or you said me next.
Yeah.
Played Baldur's Gate 3 with my friend Alex and Cleo with a C. Yep, Cleo with a C. That's what we're calling him this week. Thank you for clarifying.
Cleo with a C.
Clea with a C.
Clea.
It's a lady character in Andor, who's great. And we're gonna call him Clay with a C. So we continued the Dongle Boys party, and going through that. We're still in the first area. We absolutely just are wrecking everybody we come into contact with, just killing everyone. And Cleo with a C is just giving into the dark urge and doing the worst things in the world. There's one where he tempted a child to run away, and then she was bit by a snake and killed. And then I stole her body. And then I gave her body to her parents. But then we killed that town. So then when her parents died, her body fell out onto the ground. So we're just being really awful people in that game and just having a great time. As we are fully naked. Right. Absolutely fully naked. Dongs out, wongs out. We're living the dreams. Watched episode 5 of Last of Us, or 4?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5, thank you. Watched episode 5 of Last of Us. We'll talk about that. I watched episodes 7, 8, and 9 of Andor. I'll probably talk about this more because the last 3 episodes are airing tonight. I'll watch them tomorrow and talk about them next week. But, man, 7 and 8 together just incredible, and then 9 like holy shit, like just really popping off. And I have high expectations for the last 3 episodes, and we'll see how that goes. Played Helldivers 2 with the boys, or the boy, I don't even remember. Did Cat play with us?
I no, he gonna, but he fell asleep and then he got off.
Oh yeah. Fucking weirdo.
Just me and you.
Yeah, good guy. He has something to chime in with Helldivers 2 talk we do a little bit later. We'll talk about the Helldivers 2 update because we have to for him, because that's what he wanted us to do. He said before the podcast, because he couldn't stay on late because of
Yeah.
life
Big update.
obligations.
Big update.
Big update.
Yeah.
It's a meaty one. Big meaty one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw, yep. I saw Thunderbolts in theaters with my mom as a gift for Mother's Day. We both liked it a lot. I think it's really funny. I like all of the characters.
And you were very worried about this movie because it was giving you a lot of Suicide Squad vibes, right?
It was the marketing for it was very Suicide Squad, and then the last, like, I don't know, maybe week or so, where right before the reactions, I found out like the people who were making it, and I was like, oh, this is like an indie person that's making this. So I started to have hope for it, kind of like I had for Captain Marvel, because I thought Captain Marvel, like, I thought since it was like a smaller team and they were creative types, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna have like its own flavor. And then Captain Marvel came out, and I just felt like it was like corporate slop. Yeah, it's. I mean, I enjoy parts of that movie, and I think Brie Larson's great in that movie, and I like her chemistry with Sam Jackson. Honestly, still not enough in that movie or in Sid's that movie, but I just
even the Marvels, I don't think had her enough in that movie.
No, not at all. But her.
We liked the Marvels, I think, better than Captain Marvel, right? When we saw it.
Yeah, it had more color, and like everybody was cool. There was like a dancing scene, you know. It was dumb. It was fun. It was dumb fun, and I'm like, I can't complain about that. And it was funny. But Thunderbolts, I feel like, was funny without like being dumb. And then it's funny how after seeing the new Captain America and everybody complaining that the final fight is not a fight and just a talk is so funny, because at the end of this movie, the final fight is not a fight, it's a talk. And in this movie, they do it so well. My mom was crying at the end of this movie. And I also had some tears in my eyes. I cry at everything. But yeah, I was, it has a good emotional moment in there. Shout out to Florence Pugh, great actress, really coming across in this movie. Her character, especially, just great. Like, David Harbour, very funny as Red Guardian. Ghost and Fake Cap, John Walker, they were both great in this too.
Taskmaster, I think, is in the movie too.
No.
What?
I'm just gonna tell you, Taskmaster is in this for maybe a minute and a half.
What?
Yeah, you'll see.
Okay.
It's really not even worth mentioning, honestly. But yeah, I have my issues with this movie. I think it's great. I don't think it's like a return to form for Marvel. I don't think it's like so great that like, oh my god, this is the best Marvel movie I've ever seen. I do think it's really good, and I think it's worth going to the theater. And I think it's one of the best ones that's come out recently. I just don't think it's like, holy shit, like this is Guardians. Like, I'd rather rewatch Guardians than watch this again. But I still think this was great.
Fantastic Four is going to be like that.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I saw the trailer in the theaters, and I was still hyped for it. My mom saw that trailer and was like, that looks stupid. And I was like, what? She's like, that one looks bad. And I was like, you're wrong. Absolutely incorrect. I don't know what's wrong with you. Have you seen the cat? Do you see what's happening? Get out of here. Get out of here. But yeah, I thought it was really good. And I highly recommend it to any Marvel fan. If you're not a Marvel fan, I say give this one a shot too. It's good.
Yeah.
It's got a good message too. Also shout out to the other guy in the movie I haven't even mentioned. His name's Bob. He's great. He'll be your favorite character at the end of it, I'm sure.
So, Adam, how about you just come over here and we watch that? You know, just come on over and we
You want
watch
me
it.
to? How about you come over and we watch it? Aren't you
You
gonna be
know,
here in like
I,
a week and a half, 2 weeks,
yeah,
3 weeks,
yeah.
4 weeks?
Maybe you know what? You know what? Maybe.
I'm sure it'll still be in
Oh, you
theaters.
know
We could
what?
probably
Maybe.
sneak out.
I guess. Let me see those theaters, and maybe that's a plan. You know what?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah. There
we'll
you
go
go.
see that. Damn, that'd be good.
Yeah. I'll see it again. And then I played the Star Wars Outlaws demo that's on the PlayStation Store because I was interested. I like a Ubisoft. I've been known to play a Ubisoft, and tried the demo, and I was like, yeah, this is a Ubisoft in Star Wars. And I was like, yeah, this is fun. I like it.
Oh God.
It's only like 30 minutes, and it's timed, so and it throws you randomly in the game. Um, I think the game was fun. I think it was very Ubisoft, and I could already see myself like playing it for 40 hours and then hating it for 20 more hours to get the platinum. Um, I don't know if I'll get it because I think I was telling Kevin this. As I was playing it, I kept thinking like, I like this, but what price do I like this at? And then
Free.
now I would probably pay money, but then I was like, when would I play this? Like, there's so many other things I'd rather play right now. Um, but I was like, all right, whatever. So I I'm still thinking about it. Maybe Black Friday if it's cheap enough, or if I get like one of them big sales online where it's like, hey, $15 for the all of it. I'm like, maybe we'll see.
Mm.
And then I tried Skyrim. I finally tried Skyrim. I keep seeing Oblivion memes, and Oblivion looks fun. And I've been playing Baldur's Gate, and I like a lot of aspects of it. I just hate the combat. And I was like, maybe I'll like a Skyrim. That's the one everybody has played, and there's 18 different versions, and we've had it free on Plus. So I'm like, let me give it a shot. I downloaded it. I played it for maybe an hour. I did not care for it. The setting wasn't for me. Like, there's way too much dialogue. The combat wasn't bad. I thought the game was ugly, and I'm like, that shouldn't bother me, but it does. I'm like, I'm just not. This isn't for me. It's just not my genre. Um, but I did see a lot of like opportunities to like create your own story in that. And I'm like, damn, I wish this was a game for me, but I'm not liking it enough, and I'm not sticking with it. My time is too precious nowadays, so I move on.
Hey man, you gave it a shot. That's the
I
important
did.
thing,
I
right?
did.
You gave it a shot.
And then I was like, you know what? I am in the mood for a Star Wars. I would really love if they remastered the Star Killer games, Force Unleashed. Those would be fun.
Man, that's the only one I would play if there was.
Yeah.
Literally the only one.
So then I was like, you know what? I watched Genesis play Jedi Fallen Order. I mean, I think
Oh
the guy
God.
in it is great. And I was like, let me try it. And I was like, I don't want the trophies. I know I'm not going to like it like that because it's a lot of backtracking. Kevin, you good? Scratching your beard? Is that Kevin? I'm guessing that's Kevin.
Oh, yeah,
Sounds
sorry,
like
that's
sounds
my
like a
hair.
Kevin beard. I'll be honest.
I'm moving my hair. All
Nah,
right,
you're good.
all
You're
right.
good. I'm just glad I knew it was you. But I was like, yeah, let me start this up. I started it up. I'm on the 4th planet or 5th planet. I am just cruising through this game when I'm not absolutely fucking lost. Cleo with the C had to help me last night get past an area because I'm just not understanding the directions, and I am geographically what the fuck, geographically stupid. I just do not understand the topography of any map I'm on. I do not, even the controls on the map, I'm like, I can't wrap my brain around that. It's like trying to like brush your hair while looking in the mirror. Like, I just don't understand how I hold the brush, and how sometimes when I put it on my head, it's not the bristle part, it's the back of the thing, and I'm like, it's just my brain just does not
Oh,
understand
no.
3D space and depth. It does not get it. So I think that game is
You're
fun.
really good at platformers. Like
I'm
I'm
so good at
surprised at that.
platformers. It makes no sense. Don't worry about it. But
Yeah.
like but when it comes to a game like this, I do not like the maps. I'm not a Metroidvania. Go back. Oh, we gotta go explore this part, and then hey, you got new powers. Go back here. Fuck you. Just give me all the powers. I'm at that part of the map already. Like, I'm not going back. God of War did it, but God of
Damn.
War did it sparingly, and there's a fast travel. In this game, no fucking fast travel. Go fuck yourself. Like, get out of here. Not doing
Oh,
that.
yes.
Also, the parkour. I hate the parkour. You gotta hold L2 to climb. It's like, what the hell? Also, the climbing is so slow. I'm a Force user.
Yeah.
Why does Nathan Drake climb faster? I just don't get that. Like, I understand you're wearing a lot of garb and those dumbass, ugly ass ponchos, but like, come on. The little robot's cute. The side characters are cool so far.
See why I hated that game so much?
Why?
I'm saying, you see why I hated that game so much? I
I
did not
mean,
enjoy that game at all.
I'm liking the game. I like the story, and I think the combat is mildly satisfying. It's
Yeah.
not quick. I want a Batman Arkham kind of combat in a Star Wars game, and for some reason, God hates us all, and we'll never get that. But like, just give
It's
me
just awful.
like I have force push, and sometimes I push an enemy and they fly, and I'm like, didn't feel as satisfying. Like, just let me fucking absolutely wreck a dude. You know, just give me the Force Unleashed games. You know what I mean? I didn't appreciate them when they were out in the past, and I would appreciate them now. But yeah, I'm gonna finish it, and then I think I will play the sequel because it's also on Plus. I'm just kind of in the mood for a Star Wars, so and I just like exploring the universe. I really wish these were linear games though, instead of these open mapped worlds. I'm like just not a fan of that at all. I mean, it's a well designed game. I'm just dumb, so most of the problems I'm having are just user error. So I see why a lot of people like this game, and I think the acting, cutscenes, writing, and all that is really great for like Star Wars stuff. So
Only thing that saved that game for me was the end cutscene. The
yeah,
one you
yeah, yeah.
remember.
No, it's great. It's a great scene. I can't wait to get there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be very excited. I did not know some characters were in this, so I was like, whoa, hey, I know you. You're in Andor right now. So, also shout out to the guy right in the beginning, Prof. He started talking. I'm like, Rost, what are you doing here? I'm like, get out of here, Rost. Like, you're not supposed to be in this game.
Rust.
You died on
Italy.
that mountain. Yeah. Like, what are you doing here,
Survived.
man? And then your trainer is Travis Willingham, and I'm like, what's the brother from Infamous Second Son doing in this game? And then the one lady, Celeste or Celine, I don't remember her name.
Celine from
No, not
what's it
not
called?
that. Nope,
Returnal?
not Returnal. Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, whatever that one lady who rescues you, the black lady who's bald, played by Deborah
the
Winger.
one- Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
I'm like, man, I remember watching you in Mad TV when I was young. Come home from school and watch Mad TV, and there she was being so funny. And now I'm like, now you're like a serious actor in a video game. Like, fucking, you're killing it. Good for you, man. Good for you. But yeah, playing that. I'll beat it. I'll talk about it more next week. I might beat it by next week, honestly. So
Nice.
that's all I did.
All right, man. Thank you for sharing. Just an order welcome. You want to tell us what you did?
Sure.
Excited as always to do so.
Yeah.
He's pulling stuff up, or he's
Oh.
typing. I don't know what's going on.
I'm pulling stuff.
Pulling
prepared.
stuff. He's jerking his yerk.
Of course, yes. Gotta do it sometimes, you know.
No.
Oh.
What?
No. Well, I started rewatching Bates Motel. A show back from 2013. I watched it when it was releasing, and I remember really enjoying the show. So I've been in the kind of mood of just rewatching my just things I've seen before instead of starting new things. So I watched season 1, 2, 3, and I'm on episode 6 of season 4. And show's still really good. Still a really good show. Um, love seeing Vera Farmiga.
Great.
Oh man, just the best.
Talented actress.
10 out of 10.
Too hot to be his mom.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's Norman Bates, played by Freddie Highmore, who's also in The Good Doctor, which is also a show I've seen.
I want to point out that Vera Farmiga sings. She has a band.
Oh, that's why she sings so well in the show too.
Yeah. Highly
That
recommend
all
looking
makes
it up.
sense.
It's not the genre you think it is.
Oh, it's not like the bouncy
You'll see.
doody 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 doo doo.
You will see.
Oh boy, and now I'm excited.
She's a death metal singer.
That would be
Not super far off.
That would be cool. But yeah, she's oh my god. Love all her work.
Yep.
And rewatching the show again, I like totally forgot everything that happens in the show. So that was cool. I get to kind of re-experience it all again. And I also kind of just put it on as like a background thing while I'm working. So that's mostly how I got through all the seasons so quickly. But yeah, very good. I have another season and a half or so left. Probably get that done by next week. I watched Last of Us season 2, episode 5. And what else did I see? Well, I also watched Havoc, the titular Netflix top 10 action movie of the year so far. I don't even think it's in the top 10 anymore, but it was there for a little bit. People, a lot of people were watching it for, I'd say for a reason, not too many good reasons. But I think that's everything I watched so far, and then I'm gonna go into Havoc real quick to bounce off of what Adam presented to us a few weeks ago.
Was it not last week? Oh my god. That movie's
Or at
so
least 2 weeks
bad.
ago, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, oof,
Yeah.
That movie's so bad. It feels like a lifetime ago. Jesus.
Well, I think that's everything I watched, so I'll just jump in here. So it is a hard movie to watch and keep watching for the amount of time you have to watch this movie. It's a hard movie to sit still and have your eyes stare at the screen because it's like they taped a vibrator to the camera.
Yeah. It's not great.
So stupid. Sometimes there were a few shots, the camera's literally vibrating. It's moving so fast. That only happened a few times. It's mostly shaky camera, but like not it.
What the fuck?
It's an action movie, right? But shaky camera is not for everything, especially not everything in this movie. And it was like 80% of the movie, I think, or
Yeah.
or 90% maybe.
It's literally in talking scenes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
why are we shaking the camera every second when someone's getting chased, when someone's crawling away slowly from the person who's walking behind them, or during every single scene of any kind of movement at all? The still scenes were so good. The few that they were there. The
Not
few that were
many.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very few. But it was like you're shaking the entire movie and you're like, oh, now I can actually watch this movie for 2 seconds, and then it goes back to shaky camera. So that really pissed me off. And let me just go into made some notes here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I said shaky cam is overdone and don't work for this movie. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. The music, I thought the music was actually pretty decent. Like the ambient music they had throughout most of the movie, it was like something like Doom and Ghost Runner style music.
Yeah, I remember it.
Which was fun.
I don't remember it being standout, but most of the time I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" out loud. So
there was one part when they're showing the recording, or they're showing Tom Hardy's vision of what happened in the shooting, and for some reason they're playing this random fucking
that was a sick scene.
jingle
Yeah.
in the background. It was a cool scene, but I was like, why are they playing this jingle?
Yeah, every scene has like something where it's like, hey, this is cool, but also, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Every scene is like, hey, there's an aspect I like of this, but there's an aspect I either fucking loathe, or it's just fine.
Yeah. Tom Hardy, his accent was a little weird.
All over the place.
All over the place. You could, whenever he screams, I instantly remember Peaky Blinders.
100%. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's not good.
But then when he goes back to normal, he's like this, like super New Yorky, but also like he's not nailing it 100%.
No. Where is this? Where does this take place?
It looks like some like metropolitan city.
Is it in the future or like Chicago or?
It could be like Chicago or New York or somewhere.
It's apparently Christmas time.
Yeah, it's always snowy and wintry, and there's like a Chinatown area too that he went through.
But yeah,
so that's why I was leaning more towards New York, but it could be somewhere else. But it's like a city, a pretty run-down city too.
It's the most
Some of those,
like West Coast looking New York I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the alleyways and like side streets and stuff, it just looks like a West Coast city.
Okay. Maybe it was. Could be.
I mean, it's snowing though.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And then they had one scene when it was like pouring rain.
Yeah. It looks so bad.
Yeah, there was like, it was hard to see what was happening. That was when he pulls that guy out when he was yelling at the old man to give him money or whatever, and then he beats him up, and he enters this place where there's like a doctor, I think, in there sewing up a wound on some other Asian dude.
Oh yeah, the dude from the robbery heist thing.
Yeah. And that scene, they did the vibrator cam when Tom Hardy jumps in.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here?
My mom audibly went, "What the fuck? What's going on?" Audibly did that. I'm like, what?
Like, it was a cool frame, but why are we vibrating? It's not that exciting. It doesn't even have to be exciting. It's just dumb. Oh, if this whole movie was shot with a still camera, I think it would be
tolerable.
So much more tolerable, and probably a decent amount better.
I think the writing is terrible.
The writing, not great. The script was kind of poor. It's very, very average at best.
Which is crazy because there's so many scenes where I'm like, God, this is so Gareth Evans and so The Raid 2, but what the fuck?
Yeah, so getting to those two scenes in the movie. The club scene.
Oh, yep, yep.
The club scene was another shaky cam thing, but there were some cool
Cool ass
little,
action scenes with that
yep, cool ass
lady
action
and
scenes,
Tom
cooler, longer
Hardy.
shots. Um, there wasn't the only wow moment from this movie was the frame of the camera that was pointing from underneath them, under that glass floor they
Oh,
were
yep,
standing on. That was the only time I was like, whoa, that's fucking
yeah,
sick. This is a Gareth Evans thing.
yep.
And the rest of it was pretty standard, just people
Dimly
jumping
lit,
around, sliding around,
dimly lit. I
dimly
do
lit.
not understand the setup of this room. Like, are we on a stage in the back left, and then all of a sudden it loops around to the right, and there's a ladder,
Yeah.
and there's steps, but then people are like on a half floor below it, but if you fall off, you die. Like, what is happening?
It was very chaotic.
Every time the camera switched, they forgot what room they were in. It's like they
Yeah.
filmed it like 7 years apart, each scene. Everybody's out in the open shooting at each other, missing, and
Oh, I
the
didn't even
one
get to that part yet.
the one dude's blocking the doorway to, like, you need to run. Like, what?
Yeah.
There's no lock on the door. You're not doing anything. Just leave. Like, ugh.
He's the lock on the door.
They literally shoot him and then walk through the door.
Yeah. The other thing that was the other aspect of the movie that was okay was the kills.
Yeah, some of them were pretty solid.
Yeah, some of them were pretty solid. The blood splatters, the way some of them died, the camera zooms and all that, all very Gareth Evans stuff.
Yeah.
Then the other scene that was tolerable, the only other scene that was, solid was the cabin scene towards the end. And only after the billions of bullets are shot.
Yeah.
And I'm not even exaggerating. The amount of bullets that was used as a sound effect in this movie has to be the most I've ever seen or heard in any other movie. Even a war film has less guns going off.
It's shocking that cabin is still standing.
Yeah. Everybody walks up. There's like 10 people with assault rifles.
Yeah.
They're all shooting. And 3 people in this cabin do not receive a single bullet.
Not one.
Not Tom Hardy and not the 2 other people. Which is crazy. Everybody sucks at shooting in this movie except for Tom Hardy and Timothy Olyphant. I think that's the only 2 people who had accuracy
You're
in
correct.
this movie.
Now, a question for you. What
Yeah.
happened in the cabin where he, like, passed out after the fight? Did he pass out after the fight? Did I miss something?
No,
'Cause he fights that lady, some ceiling falls on him, and then he kills her with a harpoon gun.
yeah.
And then it cuts to outside, and
But
then it cuts back to inside, and he's waking up from the fight.
yeah, I don't know what happened.
Okay,
I was
cool.
like,
I didn't miss
why did
anything.
he?
Great.
I was also like, wait, why is he waking up now? Why wasn't he already? He was already awake. What happened?
I don't know.
He just killed that lady and he was totally fine.
That's why my mom said, "Oh, I thought a grenade went off." I'm like, when?
nothing...
She's like, I don't know. I just assumed. I'm like, okay. I'm like, great.
Yeah,
cool.
nothing. I don't remember anything else happening. Other than more shooting. Or no, they didn't even start shooting yet.
Nope.
They were dragging the 2, the guy and the girl, Mai and Charlie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They were dragging them 2 out because Charlie's dad was dragged into this, and the boss lady was telling them to shoot the girl because that was who was important to his son. And then we see Tom Hardy waking up from seemingly nothing.
Also, boss lady doing a stand-up job as an actress, but unfortunately giving no material to actually do anything in this entire
Yeah.
fucking movie.
Yeah.
looking sweet and cool as fuck every scene she's in, carrying like every scene she's in like a screen presence where it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
she's tough, and then she like fizzles out. And
And
Forrest
then she just
Whitaker,
dies.
yeah, Forrest Whitaker gets shot like 11 times and then has a final moment to talk with his son, and I'm like, what the fuck? The cop lady taking those two hostages and then walking them to the fucking standoff thing,
Yeah.
and then them walking back. What the fuck is happening?
I don't even. The side cop. She stayed a side cop for the entire movie.
That's the relationship I was talking about, where it's
Yeah.
like, hey, I don't trust
never
you in the
really went
beginning,
anywhere.
and then all of a sudden it's like, now I trust you. It's like, why? You shouldn't. This guy fucking sucks. He did nothing for. He lied to you, and then he was like, hey, I need you to trust me, and you were like, you know what? All right. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't have lived. You shouldn't be here. And then the fucking chase, where he's chasing Timothy Oliphant, and he fucking gets to the train, and then shoots him, and they shoot each other, and then all of a sudden the cop walks up to Tom Hardy, and he's leaning against another train. It's like, where the fuck was this train?
Because the other one was gone.
The other one was moving.
Where did this one come from?
Where did you?
Maybe he just found another train.
Did that train back up? Like,
Maybe.
and stop so you can have a cool death? I don't. It's so dumb.
Yeah, that also didn't occur to me at first, but now it's like, weird. Where did this train appear from? A golden moment for the accuracy issue for shooting in this movie was this side cop girl. She has a shotgun. She has a shotgun, and the people she's shooting at are about 4 feet away, let's say.
Yep.
We'll even say 4 to 6, you know.
Not even, honestly, but yeah, for sure.
She has a shotgun, and she misses 11 times out of the 12 from outside the car, shooting the guy on the other side of the car, from inside of the car, shooting the guy who was outside of the window, and then outside the car again, that only grazes his shoulder. And then she's out of bullets by the time she's outside, and he's outside again.
Yep.
What? She's a cop? That's actually insane. I was counting the bullets. I'm like, okay, we're at 12 now. What are you going to do? I was like, okay.
It's so bad.
Wait,
Can't exaggerate the amount of bullets.
Rounds?
Huh?
What shotgun holds 12 rounds?
I don't know. The one she had.
Kevin, you're asking a question that is, in this universe, doesn't matter.
What is this movie? I need to watch it.
No, you don't. I'm telling you.
No,
you don't.
I think he might find it funny. He might find it hilarious.
Kevin, if you make it past 20 minutes, it's called Havoc. It's on Netflix. It has Tom Hardy. And if you make it past 20 minutes, I would be absolutely so shocked that I'd probably pass out and die.
Oh no.
The beginning of the movie is so horribly bad looking.
And we didn't even get there yet.
We're saving that to the end. So bad.
Oh my gosh.
It's so bad. Everything about this movie, it's like, what the fuck?
Another thing with the cabin scene, Tom Hardy is one-shotting every person that jumps in.
Yeah.
Also, the other girl, Mai, is also one-shotting.
Also, why does she know how to fight? Nobody ever says, hey, why do you know how to fight?
Why does she know how to use a gun that well? I wonder. But then the cop shows up and she uses all her rounds and doesn't land a shot.
How come the cop was there when we had Maya? Like, they wanted to do, like, a side character girl that Tom Hardy, like, has some sort of relationship with. Just
Yeah.
get rid of one of them. Why do you
Yeah,
have two?
They're both trying to be the same thing.
They're both underdeveloped. They both try to do the exact same thing. One's a better fighter than the other. One's who's a better
Way
fighter,
better
is
fighter.
not a cop, and she's like a kid. She's like a 19 or 18-year-old kid.
Yeah, Call of Duty training.
She has this really cool.
Literally.
Yeah, she has this really cool like scene where she like uses a wine bottle in the club to like fucking fuck a guy up, and it's like so cool. It's like one of the only scenes in the club where like
Yeah.
you see the action, and she performs that move so well. Tom Hardy's fighting also I did not care for. I thought he just looked untrained. I don't think it's nearly
really?
as good as a Gareth Evans quality film. I think Tom Hardy in this role is bad. I honestly think he was miscast in this. That's how bad he is in this for me.
The only time I thought he had it down was in the cabin after all the shots were getting fired, and he was using the sickle.
Tom Hardy looks better in a vest
That
with
was
a
the
gun
only
than he
time.
does with any kind of melee weapon fighting. He just doesn't look like a fighter. He's more of a tank. He would be like
Yeah.
the fucking boss cop, whatever, the captain in the first raid. He would be like that character. But for some reason, they wanted to make him a Rama in this, and he fucking sucks as a Rama. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Ugh. You got anything else about the cabin, or we got to talk about that first scene, man?
Well, the cabin was the only good hand-to-hand fighting, like decent at best.
Sure.
That's the only other thing I had.
Okay.
And a lot of the guns sounded the same.
Yeah.
Every pistol sounded like a tank, or I
They
mean,
bought-
like a cannon.
They bought one stock gun effect, and they used it for the whole movie.
Yeah. Very odd. Yeah, I think that's everything, and then yeah, we could now go to the
The car chase?
the car chases truck chases the end of the road question mark. It looked so bad. It looks so fucking fake.
It is laughably awful.
How
It's
the
like-
fuck does a semi truck corner at 60 miles an hour?
It
It's
wouldn't
drifting.
be as bad if it didn't go on for so long. It goes on for so much longer than it has any right to go on for. And then there's a washing machine or a dryer. I don't fucking know, man. Like,
They lifted that washing machine like it was
they threw that shit. I've lifted a washing machine. It's not. They don't do that. Like, I don't get it. I literally don't understand what the fuck happened to this movie. Ugh. Did you see that the city did look like Gotham, like in the beginning, where it's like, oh shit, it looks like a Gotham kind of.
Oh yeah, it's all dark and lights
gritty
everywhere
and lights,
and
yeah,
dirty and
it's like, holy shit, this is what Gotham would look like, except what the fuck is going on everywhere else. I hate this. I literally hate this. This would be cool if it weren't so shit.
Did he ever even get the gift to his daughter?
No.
He didn't even get the gift to the whole
No,
fucking.
I think the police officer was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give the gift to your daughter, and it's like he bought convenience store shit. She doesn't want that. You know, her dad was a shitty cop or detective, not really quite sure what his role is, but also he's away from his wife because he's been bad at work, because he was doing bad things, so he feels bad, so he kind of just reserved himself, but he didn't get demoted, but he got demoted because everybody looks down on him, so he was transferred to somewhere else. What Did he admit to a crime?
I don't think he did.
Then why is he demoted or in the bad part? Like, is he doing this to himself? Like,
That or everybody knows and they just didn't do anything about it.
but everybody knows that he was involved and not Timothy Olyphant because everybody else is looking at Timothy Olyphant. He looks happy. He's having a time with his boys. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I don't. Oh, there was one other shot when Lawrence is getting abducted.
Oh yeah,
That was a little cool scene. That also was a little
the
Gareth
limo
Evans,
scene.
like-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that henchwoman, I was like, oh fuck, this is a
Yeah.
Gareth Evans henchwoman. She's gonna do some shit. That scene played, and I was like, okay, I'm liking this so far. And then she was, oh, goodbye. And then she showed up at the end, and I was like, okay, all right, well, you know.
Yeah,
I don't
she
think
did
Gareth
the fighting
Evans-
at the end.
She barely. There was that. I disagree with you on the end fight. I think the end fight is trash. Like Tom Hardy
Really?
versus her is like it lasts what 30 seconds, if that.
She was beating him up for most of it.
Exactly. She was beating him up. It wasn't a fight. She was just bullying an old man who's like British. She was bullying a British New Yorker who lives in Philadelphia, San Francisco, and then he fucking finally gets her with a harpoon, and then she slides down on the rope, and it's like, oh, this is pretty sick. And then he wakes up from an explosion that we never saw. Like, what the fuck is this? If you told me this wasn't Gareth Evans and it was all a trick, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. He was
Yeah.
fired mid-production.
It's so minimal. His direction is just so minimal in this movie. It feels
It's like someone was like, I want to be Gareth Evans, but I don't have the budget, and Netflix really wants me to do certain things, so I
Yeah.
guess I'll just make like homages to him. That's what this is.
Yeah.
And it's not good at all.
Nope.
Terrible
Yeah.
film. Hated everything about it. Never want to watch it again.
Quite unfortunate.
I don't know, 4K Blu-ray. No, I don't. No, I don't. And I never would. Fun fact, my mom thinks this movie was still better than Venom.
Oh.
She just didn't like the black goo monster, is how she put
Okay.
it. So. And I think the Venom movies are fun.
Yeah, they are fun.
Yeah.
Fun little movies.
Yeah, fun little romps.
Yeah.
All right, Havoc. You know, you didn't kill yourself, so that's a plus.
Yeah. I hope Kevin doesn't if he decides to watch it.
Kevin, if you decide to watch it, can you do me a favor and just live message the group
As you watch.
Sure.
and just be like, I gotta know. I gotta know. And if you make it through the whole thing, it would be delightful, but I just can't see it happening. Just can't see it happening.
The gunplay is so overblown. It really just falls apart from the beginning.
From the first scene, you know it's not gonna be good.
Yeah.
So, God. Makes me
It's
wanna watch
like-
The Raid.
After that I was like,
After that I was like, I don't want to watch anything Gareth Evans ever does again.
Oh. I gotta cleanse myself.
Yeah.
That's why I watched Last of Us after that, so I can cleanse myself of that.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
So,
All right. That's all you
yeah.
watched and done then?
yeah, I think that's about it. I didn't get to start Doom. I know Kevin did, but I
Oh, and I'm
didn't
sure he's going to
start
talk about it, Kevin.
myself.
What'd you do?
Let's see, I played some Baldur's Gate 3. I played Realm of the Mad God, got back into that game because there's been 1 or 2 or 20 updates since I played last 2 years ago. Still a very fun game. Still thoroughly enjoy it. There's more mid-game content finally, because for a while they just kept adding on to the end, to the end, to the end. And like, it wasn't even in a way where it just like extended the end game to a point where like some of the end game could now be classified as the mid game. No, they just kept on adding more and more shit that was harder and harder and harder. Um, and like for slightly minimal gains, like the equipment wasn't a huge bump up or like wasn't like groundbreaking or anything like that. And then they added a shit ton of sets to the game apparently in my absence, and it's been fun going back to that. It's a bullet hell shooter. If you're not a fan of it, don't play it because it'll make you rage quit and break your freaking keyboard in half. Um, but yeah, Realm of the Mad God really fun. Technically, Realm of the Mad God Exalt. I played more Witchfire. I played Warhammer 40K Bolt Gun because we got that with PlayStation Plus game month thing with Voodoo, and that game's fun. Like an old school shooter, it's not that important. Played some Trepang 2. Uh, I played some more Peglin. I played The Midnight Walk in PSVR 2. Haven't done a whole lot of it, but man, is that game pretty as shit. VR is really fun. I watched The Last of Us season 2, episode 5. Been a busy boy this week.
Mhm.
Uh, did I name everything? I think I did. So then I played a little game that you probably haven't heard of called Doom: The Dark Ages. Um, I have a lot to say about this. So,
All you, man.
I'm just going into it. All
Yeah,
right.
go ahead.
Bethesda, you fucking suck at marketing. You guys are fucking terrible at your job. How the fuck you marketed this game made no sense at all based on like how actual gameplay is. I went back to these freaking trailers for this game showcasing like the gameplay and shit. You guys, I don't even think you're actually playing the game. I think you have like sections of it where you're just like walled in, showing off, hey, look, you can parry. Hey, look, you got a shield that does things. Oh man, we got melee combat. Look at the melee. Instead of actually just playing the fucking game and showing what the hell it is. Because your whole tagline of stand and fight might work on like the easiest difficulty. The one I'm on, fuck that. You'd be dead in 2 seconds. You do like stay in engagements longer, I guess, because like you're given health and armor and shit as you like kill things, and depending on what weapons you're using, it kind of like influences which you're getting. Um, and ammo counts are very low, and like to get ammo back somewhat readily, you hit the melee people, which that's been consistent since 2016. Um, but like there's actually pickups on maps now, thank God, because freaking Doom Eternal had almost none. Um, and that just turned into using everything on cooldown. Uh, this game is a lot more strategic, a lot more interesting. It's intense as shit. You don't have to jump around like a freaking idiot. There's no real platforming. I mean, there's some platforming, I guess. You have to like jump, but like freaking you jump in every shooter. You try to jump in Doom 1 as you like sprint across gaps and hope that you can touch the other side just enough to freaking go like up the wall for no reason. Don't worry about it. Clipping in Doom 1 is weird. Um, like that's not my problem with platforming. The platforming of Doom Eternal was just too much. There was timing, like air dashes and all this other stupid shit, just to grab a wall and climb it. They got rid of all that. You want to grab a wall and climb it? If it's a climbable wall, you jump into it. He climbs up by himself, and you freaking are right back into the game. And it takes a little less time. It could be shorter, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But yeah, this is a very fun game, marketed very poorly. Um, it is a lot more exciting than what they said it was going to be. It's a lot more frenetic and chaotic than what any trailer showed it off to be. Um, and there's just a lot more going on in it. It's a very, very good Doom game, thank God. I went in hoping that it would be after watching some gameplay about a week before it actually came out. The people who had early releases or advanced copies, I guess. Um, and I was like, damn, this looks fun. I'm gonna just freaking go for it. We're gonna go. We're gonna go for it. I've played every Doom game. Let's keep it rolling. And I am thoroughly enjoying myself. To the tune of PlayStation says I've been playing for 10 hours. Um, I have kind of sat in menus paused though, so I don't know that that's all gameplay. But I'm just under halfway through the game. I'm starting chapter 11 of 22. It is insanely
22.
fun. Yeah,
Wow.
22. It is insanely fun. I highly recommend. Um, I I want to go on the easiest difficulty to see just how like easy it is because if it's easy enough, this is like a potential game that's just a fun romp. There are no difficulty restrictions in the trophy list, and the trophy list is literally just 100% everything. Um, which my lowest percentage for completion on a first run through of a level is 95%. So really, this platinum is totally attainable, even if the lowest difficulty level, well, you can even further adjust the freaking difficulty with these sliders, but we'll get to that in a second. Like, if it's easy enough, this is like a platinum for everybody. Um, so yeah. Um, there's some bugs that are annoying. Most of them have to do with when you go into a menu, the first button press like just doesn't it doesn't wanna, or a certain button press don't wanna. If you go into like the main menu, well not the pause menu, but like the touchpad menu. I'm playing on PS5. The touchpad menu. If you press R1 to move like a section right in like the little I don't know fucking whatever the hell tab bar, um, it'll do it. But if you go into the menu and you hit L1, no, hit it again. Maybe a third time. I don't understand. I don't know what L1 what they did with L1. L1's nerfed. Um, and then another thing that's really annoying, and I mean it works. Here's the thing: like everything like works fine. The gameplay is spot on. It is smooth as silk. It's great. But actually, the default settings for controller real good. I feel like I have a lot of precision right out of the box. So yay. Um,
I have a
but this
question.
other thing, yeah, go ahead.
Um, I think people said Doom Eternal was hard to play with controller.
Yes,
How is this compared to that?
significantly easier because you don't have to
Because
like sit
I
there mashing buttons.
because I feel like the first one was pretty straightforward with the controller.
Yes,
Doom
because there was a lot less to
2016.
do.
Yeah, but then Eternal kind of just like
Eternal's problem was you had to do everything all at once. Like it was definitely a keyboard and mouse game because
mm,
you needed to be turning while jumping, and when you're turning, you need to be aiming at this thing, but you also need to be watching your cooldown on your flamethrowers because you have to use the flamethrowers every second you got them because it's the only fucking way you can get armor because heaven forbid they put armor on the ground. And then if your flamethrowers are on cooldown, you gotta think about what your ammo reserves are so that you can use your chainsaw to get ammo back because there's no ammo on the ground.
mm.
And then if you need health, you need to make sure that you glory kill somebody, which means you gotta watch the screen to see if somebody turns yellow. Because if somebody turns yellow, then you can finally glory kill them to get more ammo. Then you gotta hope you get ammo for the gun that you actually need the ammo in. Do we understand?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
But
it.
this game is like the distances of engagements are a lot longer. There's like close range engagements, but like you have power on your side as well. Doom Eternal, you are not powerful. Like guns were absolutely terrible in Doom Eternal. The super shotgun was like the worst gun in the game. The super shotgun in this fucking like explodes enemies that take multiple rockets. Does it make sense? No. Is it fun? Yes. Um, like, oh, I could shoot 3 rockets at this guy and kill him, or I could just run up to his face, shoot him once with a super shotgun, and he explodes. Like, that's what Doom is. That's fun. Like, it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be balanced. You just have fun with the damn game. Um, and they did. They clearly did here. It's really fun. The other thing, though, that I wanted to mention that was bugged out, the weapon switching radial menu, uh, it doesn't highlight a weapon until you move. So how it works is you hold down R1, and it brings up a little radial menu with 6 regions. Um, and you move your right control stick in the direction that like you want whatever weapon you want, and then let go of R1. It sounds like it would be clunky as hell. You get used to it almost immediately. It's been the same thing through all the Doom games. It works well.
Yeah.
However, with this game, they make it so that it highlights in yellow like what gun you select after you've navigated to 2 different regions. So if you're quickly selecting things, there's no highlight going on because it doesn't immediately do it. This is like I'm sure some stupid bug that's also related with the L1 not working right away in the menu. Um, and I'm sure they'll patch it within like it'll probably be a day one patch, the official day one, because technically I'm still playing early. Um,
Mhm.
but like it's kind of annoying because I mean, it's only 6 regions. It's pretty easy to push the control stick either left, right, up and right, down and right, up and left, down and left. Like that's not
Yeah.
hard. But like at the same time, when you're running around and trying to like switch weapons really quick, um, it's it's something. It's special when you can't see like, oh yeah, this is clearly what I moved to. All right, sweet. It does also like if you're in the menu or the if you have like the radial menu open for long enough, it like kind of soft pauses the game. So if you're slower on the uptake then. But like I don't know. Like I said, it's been like this for all the games, so it's kind of second nature for me. Um, and then I'm pretty sure they did this in other games too, but they lump guns together. So your two shotgun, the normal shotgun and the super shotgun. If you have either one selected, you can just hit square to switch to the other. Um, so any gun that like basically all the guns that use the same ammo type, you can toggle between with square. Instead of having to open up the radial menu. Uh, Weapon perks are a lot cooler in this, in my opinion. 2016 had some guns that were really cool. Other ones are like, I guess I'll get this because like I got the points to get it, but like I'm never gonna use this weapon again. Um, there's certain weapons that I haven't really used a whole lot of, but that's mostly because of my play style. But the way you unlock stuff in this, like you just use the currency you're finding everywhere. So I'm just unlocking stuff for guns that I actually like using, and you can really like get like a play style down, which is very nice. If you want to fine tune the difficulty, there are an insane amount of sliders. I haven't touched any of it. I thought for sure that I was going to have to adjust game speed because again, in the Bethesda trailers, this game looked slow as all hell. Like this looked like they were basically turning it into a Dark Souls style game where you were going to be parrying a lot and going like one on one with like the bigger enemies and the smaller ones weren't going to matter at all. Don't go in with that mentality because those smaller ones will kick the shit out of you, especially those fucking imps that jump around and throw fireballs everywhere. You thought they were annoying in 2016? Oh, baby. Oh, let me tell you. Um, I found out something funny about this actually, real quick, side tangent. Doom 2016. I play every Doom game on ultra violence right away because that's what I'm used to, and like I want it to be challenging. Apparently, if you play Doom 2016 on Nightmare, this came from speedrunners, so maybe it was like patched in there on an older version. But if you play it on Nightmare, apparently those little imp fireballs. Imps are like a super common enemy, and they jump around like freak shows and throw these fireballs at you.
Mhm.
Apparently, one hit does 75 damage.
And how much is your health bar?
100?
You have 100 health, and I mean technically you can go
Wow.
up throughout the game, but like the speedrunners don't really do any of that. And then
Yeah.
if you have max armor, I believe if memory serves me, max armor in 2016 without upgrades was 50. So 2 hits and you'd be dead.
Wow.
Damn.
Armor in this game is it's weird. Armor helps, but armor goes away hella quick compared to how it like normally does in a Doom game. I think 2016 actually had it similar, but it was closer to an actual Doom game. You can dodge a whole bunch of shit. This one, you're going to get hit by projectiles like all the freaking time. Um, it's I don't know, man. It's a really fun game. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I don't like the mech section at all. I hope I don't have to do more. So far, I haven't had to. I loved the dragon, sort of. It's a weird experience. The dragon, I feel like they wanted to do more with it and make it more of like a real time sort of thing, but the dragon section kind of just turns into a rhythm game.
Oh.
So like you lock onto a thing of like a part of a ship or like a turret or an enemy or whatever, and they shoot these like patterned shots at you where you just dodge in the direction where there's a gap. And if you dodge the green ones in time, then your cannon supercharges, and then you shoot the thing and you kill the thing and you move on to the next thing. Like it's not smooth flying around except for shooting down these three enemy like ship things that give you money. Um, and that felt fine. Like I don't know why we're not just allowing it to go crazy, but whatever, you know. It was still
Hmm.
fun to watch the they're not really glory kills anymore. They kind of got rid of most of them, but like the dragon gets some really cool kills, like where he'll hold the freaking demon's mouth open and just breathe fire down his throat.
Oh, like Godzilla.
Yeah. um, but it's a fun game. Just in order, you're gonna love it. You should definitely start it soon. It's addicting. Um,
Oh, I will.
You're ready to mash that map button every 2 seconds. Everything is revealed in the map, but only if like you're close enough to it. So,
Okay.
and some of the things are like question marks from like a long distance. It's weird. The map is very strange. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could just keep on talking about it, but I think I kind of nailed it.
I got a couple
It's very fun.
questions.
You go for it.
Would you rather they have made this a Hexen game instead of a Doom game?
Okay, so this is interesting. Um, would I rather have had this?
Because I remember when you first saw this, you're like, this should just been a Hexen game instead of a Doom game.
It kind. Here's the thing. It kind of, in a way, should be. Um, because it's very similar to Hexen 2 in progression. It's just you're not picking up as many items to progress. I guess is it more like Hexen 1? No, because Hexen 1 had a hub world. Um, it kind of progresses in the same vein as like a Hexen 2. It's not. Actually, it's kind of close to more close to Heretic than Doom, because there's a lot more enemies involved. There's a lot more weapons. So yeah, I guess it's kind of done in the vein of like a Heretic and Hexen already. I just would love a Heretic and Hexen game. Should this be that? I mean, I don't know. Either way, it would be fun to play. I mean, I'm having fun with it right now.
Okay.
Um, Aesthetically, so far, it's been much more Doom than what they showed. Because they showed like castles and shit, and like that's in there, but those are like completely minor set pieces compared to what the rest of the world looks like. um, I honestly don't know why they're calling this like the Dark Ages. I mean, they got people in like armor, but like everything is futuristic. It's very strange. Um,
Hmm.
and I don't know the storyline of this game. Like I really don't care. Um, but I don't know. I would love for them to make a freaking Hexen or Heretic game, and also make a Quake game. But apparently, what they're gonna do is just move on with Doom, and that's it, and drop all the others. So I'm guessing they're just gonna start cramming everything into it. Which, like I said, this kind of feels more like Heretic or Hexen in progression and like how the game plays out. But it has the craziness and the chaos of a Doom game
Mm.
in a way. Heretic isn't really that crazy. Heretic is more. you have way too many enemies. Oh, except for the one fucking level. We don't talk about that fucking level. Like second to last or third last level where you have to go in this fucking death spiral. God, I hate that fucking level. It's just a fucking spiral. It's like a maze spiral toward the center, loaded with every enemy in the game, and you have barely enough ammo to kill everything. It's so fucking annoying. Anyway, next question.
Is the melee like snap to target, execute, snap to target, execute?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have an issue with that, or is that good, or?
I
think it's been like that, right?
it has, but it is different in this.
Oh.
This allows you to snap to an enemy a lot sooner. You can close a lot more distance than you think with a normal melee, and then you have like the freaking shield charge, which might as well be like freaking I don't even know how to hell you can shield charge like 30 yards. It's so wild. But like the shield charge feels great because it allows you to quickly relocate, and sometimes you really need to because shit will like spawn on top of you, or you realize there's enemies behind you, or you're like you go into like parry something and you fuck up the timing, and then like you still block the hit, but your shield gets fucked up, so you have to wait for it to recharge. So then you like try to charge back out, although you can't because you know your shield, and then you realize, oh shit, I'm a bad player, and you die like Kevin has a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But uh. Man, I didn't think about the melee. I'm trying to think. I don't really think that. I definitely don't have an issue with it
Okay.
as it currently stands because,
Sure.
like, I haven't really thought about it. But, like, does it feel weird? One thing I will say about melee is melee kills. It's hard to tell when you kill something because every single time you melee with either the mace or the gauntlets, the shield doesn't do this, but like when you shield charge, I mean, and that's I guess it's a melee. But with the gauntlets and the mace, when you melee, there's always a shower of ammo and armor that comes out of the enemy. Doesn't matter if they're dead or not. So if you're not like low health, where you would also see health come out of them to try to keep you alive, um, it's harder to tell if something is actually dead when you're meleeing it because of how close you get to them as the like melee animations play out. Does that make sense? I
Yeah.
don't know how to word this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
okay.
makes sense.
That's the only annoying thing about melee, because like if you run up to something and shoot it, it usually like cleaves and like pieces like fly off. That's for some reason not like happening in melee, and I think it's a side effect of them getting rid of like a lot of the glory kills, where the only times you like know definitively that like oh yes that thing is dead in a melee context is if like you go to hit a melee with like your mace and suddenly you bring your shield out and hit the guy, or like you kick them. Then you're like, oh, okay, they're dead. That's like actually the finishing thing. But there's also finishers with whatever melee weapon you're using, and it's contextual. Like if you're using the mace, you will see the mace in certain like final hits or glory kills, whatever you want to call them. And like if you're using gauntlets, that's what you'll see. So you don't have a clear indication sometimes of whether the enemy is dead or not, and that has gotten me killed a few times.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Also, melee damage is very low, but like that's not really the point. Like I said, melee is mostly to get your armor or get your ammo back and to reposition a little bit because you can kind of abuse the fact that you snap to a target.
Sure. All right. One final question.
I'm ready.
So this seems like it's more running and gunning than you originally thought, which is like, core to Doom as a
Yeah,
franchise.
yeah.
So would you say id Software knows what they're doing with Doom, or do you think like it's time for them to give this to somebody else, or like what do you think the Doom
I
future
no
is?
it. Okay, I don't know that I'm going to answer your question here
Oh, sure.
because
Yeah.
now this is Kevin going to do it. So if I don't answer exactly what you're saying, or you don't like my answer, say something.
Hmm.
But like, okay, I am surprised by this Doom entry and how good it is. Like I said, I feel like the between id and Bethesda, they just didn't talk about this game right at all. That, or they were like playing on. I don't want to say they were playing on lower difficulties, but like we all know that like when you're showing off a game, you set like God mode on and all this other stupid shit, and like you break the AI so that like you can show off parts of your game, and that's fine. Show off certain mechanics, but like it wasn't just me on the internet being like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
No, no, it definitely wasn't.
um, so like it was they know what they're doing clearly. I don't know if they really know how to show what they're doing, but the game is very fun. It is a Doom game through and through. I love it. Great Doom entry. I don't want more Doom. You have two other franchises in Quake and Heretic slash Hexen, and you also id you have Bethesda. Bethesda with their Skyrim and Fallout, and then you with Heretic and Hexen. Those two really need to get together. Make a big fucking Hexen RPG that a whole bunch of people can enjoy. Because you could probably, if you do it right, you could pull some of the Skyrim crowd, and you'd pull almost all of the Doom crowd over. Like, it's. I don't know why they want to just put all their eggs in the Doom basket unless they really think they're like going somewhere with this story and that like people care. I don't care. Like I've never played Doom for the story. The cutscenes are kind of cool. Some of the characters are kind of cool. They have cool moments, but I could not tell you the first thing that's going on in this game right now because I'm having too much fun playing the game. I don't remember a
Yeah.
second of this story. Like, I remember one character because his character model is fucking amazing. He's just this fat, futuristic looking robot, and he has the funniest fucking gestures. He's got the tiniest fucking hands, and he just like waves people off like with like that rich people like kind of just micro flexes of the wrist, and it is so fucking funny. But anyway, I in short, they know what they're doing with Doom. I don't want them to continue with Doom. I
Got it.
want the other freaking games to come back. Cause like Quake 4 was on Xbox 360, I think, and Quake hasn't had a single player game since. It there was Quake Live after Quake 4, I think, which is basically Quake 3 Arena in an internet browser. And then there was Quake Champions. And like they'll sit there, I'm sure, and say like, well, nobody wants Quake. It's like, no, you're making a multiplayer freaking Quake game. Make a single player Quake. People want that. They like went out of their way to remaster Quake. Go grab Machine Games. Have them make a whole nother fucking what do they call them? Not episodes. Dimension. Made a whole other dimension for the game, which was fantastic. It was way different than anything Quake had seen before, and I thought for sure when id was hiring for like dark gothic environmental designers and like all this other shit that they were doing Quake because everybody raved about that dimension of the machine, I think it was called. That DLC or whatever you want to call it for Quake was amazing. It was so fun to play. It was a whole different level of difficulty because there were so many more enemies, and you were hurting for ammo all the time. Like it was one of the only times playing Quake I ever had to use a melee weapon, and it was great. I loved it. But like, if you're gonna do all that and then be like, well, we're just gonna go run with Doom now, then why? Why did you do it? Like, you brought Wolfenstein back, you brought Doom back, where's the love for your other games that put you on the map?
Fair.
Maybe it's just
Fair.
because I'm a fanboy.
No, no. Thank you for answering my questions.
Okay.
So yeah, no, you great answers to the questions. I always thought it just looked like this new one looked like Doom, not the typical Doom, but it still looked like Doom to me. But I'm not a fan of it, so just
Hmm.
had some questions for you. So
That's fine.
yeah, thank you for answering them. Cool.
You know what would be amazing too? Like if they brought Hexen back, some of the weapons and like, I mean, the weapons of Doom are devastating. Don't get me wrong. Like especially the BFG that fucking just like liquefies everything. But like Hexen weapons took shit to whole new levels, and putting that in like id Tech 8 or if like they what I don't know if they have like 9 done by the time they make their next game. Who knows? But like one of the weapons of Hexen, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like this like super elaborate cross-looking staff thing. When you fire it, there's like 5 phantoms that like just spawn into existence and start just going crazy everywhere. They have like these banshee scream sort of things that go on as they're like dashing around the map, and they just fucking rip things apart. And that would look so amazing with today's technology and graphics, but like I don't know where we're gonna see it, and it's sad.
Hmm.
Fair.
The
All
power
right.
weapons of Hexen were amazing. Anyway,
Cool.
yeah.
I had
Anything else?
one other
Yeah.
question. How's the music?
Okay. This
How is that music?
I'm glad you asked because I wanted to bring this up. I feel sorry for whoever composed this music because I could not tell you what the music is like while playing the game. I have no idea. I can't focus on the music. I'm focused on what's happening. And
Oh,
unfortunately, the music really only picks up when you're fighting. But there's too much happening, at least on like ultra violence. Maybe if you're playing a lower difficulty, there's like less enemies and it's like less chaotic. I don't know. I meant to play on it, but I just wanted to keep progressing in my game, so I never played a lower difficulty
yeah.
before this podcast. I'm sorry. Maybe next week I'll
That's
have more.
okay.
But like, and I'm not trying to say I'm like amazing. I just wanted a challenge, and ultraviolence is perfect. But the uh, the music in the menus and stuff, amazing. Like the oh my god, words. What's it called when like all the developer logos are coming up on the screen? Whatever.
Oh,
Splash
When the
screens.
splashes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the splash
splash
screens. There's
screens.
great music during those. The menu loads up, freaking great music right there. And I think there's like a few songs that play if you sit there long enough. Um, but I could not tell you what the music is like when you're in the heat of combat. I really can't. And
Hmm.
I don't know if that's like a bad thing because I distinctly remember to this day songs in Doom 2016. I even have
Yeah,
them on
I
Spotify.
know. I will
Like
never forget that game and its soundtrack.
because I feel like the music
Oh,
in that like they balanced it better against all the
oh,
stuff that was going on.
yeah,
It's way too quiet. If it's there, I honestly couldn't even tell you a single note. Like Adam, it's funny. Adam probably like listening to this is like, what do you mean? You always like are making like heavy metal like sounds. And it's just me like doing. I have no idea what the actual music is. If
At one
anything, I'm
point,
humming songs from other games.
you did say this is too loud. I have to turn it down. But then you also said, "Oh, the music in here is actually better than I thought it would be."
Mhm.
hmm,
So
okay. Yeah, I was only asking because,
It's not Mick Gordon,
yeah,
but
yeah, I know.
it's good music. I presume it's also good in combat, but
Hmm. Yeah, the John Linneman from Digital Foundry was saying something similar, that it was like nothing really like notable, but it's there.
I think the problem is like 'cause I couldn't even tell you what the music was like in Eternal, but people say it's really good there too. But like Doom 2016 had a shit ton of bass drops in its
Oh
songs,
yeah.
and it's almost like if you were starting to drift away and like the music was becoming secondary, all of a sudden it'd just be like.
Yeah.
And like you're like, oh, I'm back in, I'm back in. All right, I'm sorry, Gabe.
Oh
Um,
man, such a banger.
Freaking Damnation, best song.
Oh my
Um,
god.
I even remember when that plays. This is one fucking arena where I think it's like the very first time you see um, Hell Knights in Hell. Oh my god,
Oh,
what a song! And then
oh
oh my,
my
I still
god.
remember fighting in that freaking arena because it takes like I fought in that one arena for like 5.5 minutes. It was so great, and like that's a longer song too. And like halfway through, you have these like chorus people just going, ah, ah, and I'm like, what is happening? Oh, we're in round 2 of this fight. It's phase 2. Let's go. Like,
Yeah, oh my god. What an experience
oh.
that game
So I
was.
mean, I guess the music is worse. Now that I'm thinking about, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't hear it.
Well,
But this
we
is the
could say
thing.
it's
Like,
just not nearly as good,
it's
but it's
not.
not like terrible,
Yeah, it's not
right? It's not
mixed
bad.
right. I mean, I guess part of the problem too is that like they're right in that. Well, I turned off the hit indicator because I felt that was just stupid. Um, but they have like hit indicator noises. There's a noise for hitting an enemy. There's a noise for hitting armor. There's a noise for when your shield hits armor. There's a noise for when your shield hits plasma
Hmm.
shields. There's a noise for when you take out a plasma shield. There's all these different like audio cues and stuff for what's going on, which like it's fine. I use them, but because I'm focusing on all that stuff too, like how am I supposed to hear the music?
Yeah,
Whereas
it's
Doom
just
just
too
blindly
much.
shoot at shit, you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
which okay, now hold on. Now you know what? Fuck it. This should be Hexen or Heretic.
Oh.
Because now that I think about it, those games, I think there was music. I couldn't tell you anything about Hexen or Heretic's music, but the ambience and the enemy sounds were amazing. So honestly, the sound profile and everything, and the way the game progresses, I guess yeah, this should be Hexen or Heretic and not Doom.
Okay. Update to what I asked. Great. Cool. Thank you.
Like,
Huh.
oh, I still remember some of the stuff. Oh, Hexen. It was the worst sound effect ever, but man, it's iconic. When you break the first like pane of stained glass in that game, and it's just like, and you're like, oh my ears, like, and then you hear like a thunder crack. Oh my god, oh, and there's just constant rain in the background until you walk inside. Then the rain stops. When you walk outside for the next time, it's real weird. Don't worry, don't look at that. There's probably some memory thing. Um, um, I don't know.
All right.
Is it the direction that I wanted? Here's the thing. Is this a direction that I wanted Doom to go in? No, I didn't. I want more arena shooting style Doom games. Do I mind that it went in this direction? Absolutely not, and I would totally play another game like this, and honestly, this is probably like the best Doom game I've played. Um, I'm having a lot of fun with this game. The best traditional style Doom game, I thought about this earlier because I was figuring that I was going to be asked something about this. The best traditional style Doom game, honestly, is Doom 64. Doom 64 is far better than Doom 1 and 2. It's more challenging, the enemies are more interesting, the balance is thrown all out of whack in the best way possible, and if you bump that thing up to a hard difficulty, holy fuck do you get shit on. It is a hard game. I have not beaten that game on a higher difficulty. It is tough. Um, and maybe I'll go back and try to do that. I did platinum it on PlayStation, but when I platinumed it, I was playing on wussy baby mode because when I put it up and I was like, all right, I got this, I got this. The first level said, no, you don't. And I'm like, you're right, I don't. Oh, there you go. Any other
Cool.
questions?
Genesis, you got any questions for Doom? I mean, for Kevin about Doom?
No, he's enjoying it.
For
He's
Doom,
he's
Kevin.
loving it, and the music. It
You would
was
probably like
one.
this too, actually.
I've always been a fan of the Doom music and how the Doom games are. I was watching you play the other day. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Um,
This is a
but
good
no,
entry
I
game for a generation that hasn't played Doom. Sorry, I'm cutting you off.
no, you're fine. I I don't have any questions
All right.
for him, but yeah, I'm glad he's enjoying the game. I'm happy for him enjoying the game. I'm glad that he's having a much better time with this than he was
It's not even close to Doom Eternal.
yeah,
Thank God.
than Doom Eternal. Right.
I mean, like I said, I'm basically halfway through the game in a
Well,
day.
that's good. You're playing at Atom speeds. That's what I would say.
I would have been done. I just
All right. You're playing slower than Atom speeds, but you're
when I play a
playing,
game I want to play, I'm done in
I'm
24 hours or
playing.
less.
I'm playing it as like the sole game that I'm playing, and that's not a proper thing to do. Typically.
Fair. All right, cool. Genesis, you want to talk about Helldivers? You want to start that conversation?
Yeah. Let me pull up the. Sorry, I should have pulled up the patch notes at this point.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry
you're
about
good.
that.
We
I
can
was
we
reading
can
it
fill
earlier.
time. We're so good at filling time
Yeah.
that we're filling it. Look at that. Look, we filled time already.
Um,
You know.
I did watch.
Look at Destino's filling time. Kevin, go ahead.
I didn't read the patch notes. I watched
Kevin,
the video on the patch
well, you
notes.
need to come clean. You don't know how to read. All right, stop lying about it. Oh shit! Oh, we got him. I didn't mean to. Nah, he knows
All
how to
right,
read.
so I got
thought I hit it
the
well.
PlayStation
Kevin,
blog page
joke's
pulled
on you. I
up,
don't know how to
and
read either.
Oh,
I
illiterate
have the
bros.
patch notes
Hell
pulled up as
yeah.
well. Where do we want to
I don't
start
know
with
how to
this?
spell that.
So I don't know how the patch notes progress, but what I would like to start with is I don't know why they buffed my gun, but I will take the buff that they gave my gun because apparently my damage is basically just going to double.
Well, I want to start with the nerfs. What did they fuck up?
Okay, so let me
What did they nerf?
scroll down here.
The
to
erupt?
What they
Question
fuck
mark?
up? Kevin, you can't read. You didn't read it. Stop making up shit. You know what I mean?
All right,
Doesn't
so
know.
some of the
He's
nerfs that
making
they
fun of
did
me.
here, right?
Huh?
Great. Yep. Okay. Great.
Okay, so essentially they've done a couple things to burning. They've done a couple things to actual shrapnel, how that's supposed to be affected on things. Burning actually, it's a nerf and a buff because burning will now depend on how big the enemy is. It'll
Makes no
do
sense.
more damage to larger enemies.
Oh, interesting. That
It'll scale
okay.
with enemy size. The base of the direct fire hits has been lowered as compensation. This means that large enemies will take roughly the same amount of damage as before, while smaller enemies will take slightly less.
Okay. Okay. I don't.
Larger enemies now take
That's, okay.
longer to ignite, and then robotic enemies are harder to set on fire than organic ones.
Makes
And
sense.
incendiary ammunition and lasers are now less effective at igniting enemies. So once they do, the resulting burn damage is more impactful thanks to the new scaling system.
Okay.
Also,
Okay. Okay.
Helldivers are also more resistant to being set on fire.
Always great. Always great. That one.
So that's
So
one of the nerfs that
so
they
big
or well nerf and buff
enemies
that they
take
did.
the same amount of fire damage as they did before, but smaller
Yeah.
enemies don't get burned as much because they're smaller.
Yeah, don't try to make sense of it.
I'm just trying to understand what
essentially.
he just said.
Yeah, that is
essentially.
it.
You got it right.
Okay,
You got it
all
right.
right. That
So
kind
in the
of
video,
makes sense
well,
if you don't know what fire is, but like it makes sense like if you think of paint, you know what I mean?
yeah. In the video patch notes where they were like explaining this, it was Pillstat and I forget the other dude's name. The other dude was cool. Pillstat,
Pillsbury.
he's an interesting fellow to listen to. But it's okay. Like clearly one it develops this game and the other is just along for the ride. That's all I'm gonna say. But the guy who like really knew all this shit was basically like, yeah,
But yeah, he's the
we
game
have
director.
right, we have a problem. With fire damage, where we can't increase the fire damage because if we increase the fire damage, then the Helldiver burns too fast and like you just go up in flames in like a second or less. But like it's not doing enough damage to enemies, and like we just don't know what to do about it. So then what we did was we decided to make it like what he said. If the bigger the enemy is, the more burn damage it takes. How that makes sense, I don't know. because apparently these people have not heard of something called percentages, where you could have the burn damage do percentages of health. It's not hard. It's been done in other games. I don't know. But like the larger enemies are what you really would want burning things to take out over time, I believe. And now it's just even harder to set them on fire, and the bigger enemies are the ones that shit on you. So I don't know. I think people are going to be pissed about this, but we'll see what it's like in practice.
I will say, I'll say the laser part. I think that one makes sense. Where like they're not going to set on fire as much, but when they do, they really cook. And it's like, okay, cool, sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Napalm is apparently very strong now.
Napalm's been great. It's been Genesis and I use that shit all the time.
Fire, from the consensus of what's going on the Reddit right now, fire seems to be better. It only really sucks, I think, against the very small enemies. So we're talking those little baby things that kind of come out, the baby bugs, the little ones. You're talking when it's used to take down like hordes of the what are those things? The voteless. A little less effective. I think that's what people are really talking about.
I feel like that kind of makes sense in a way.
Because you have to burn more?
Yeah, but like, I don't know, something really small, like, I don't know, I feel like it would be hard to burn. At the same time, I don't know, like, I feel like, not to be awful here, but like, you know, if 18 raccoons are running at me, I could probably burn them all with one flamethrower, you know what I mean? But if one bear's coming at me, I'll probably get killed by that bear. So it's kind of the opposite of real life.
They increase the capacities on all the flamethrowers that we have in the game to combat this slightly lower damage that they do now.
That's kind of nice, I guess.
They talked about weapon balancing in 4 specific like categories, right? They talked about spread, they talked about drag, sway, and then shrapnel spawning. I'm not going to talk about stamina cost because that's mainly for CQC enemies, CQC weapons, I mean.
What the fuck is CQC?
Close quarters combat. Yeah.
Oh.
Look it up.
So.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my Metal Gear Solid days coming up. But spread, like for example, right? The spread, and this mainly pertains to Adam, I think, with all his shotgun prowess that he's got in this game.
Hell yeah, baby!
Shotguns alone.
Some of them, not all of them.
Never mind. They didn't bring this up. Okay.
Yeah, and it's when I say some of them, it's the Dominator, the the Bushwhacker, the
Dominator's not a shotgun.
The Jar. It fires like a shotgun. That's why.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's the fucking, what do you call it? The explosion pellets.
It's a grenade launcher.
The Jar?
Am I
That's
stupid?
that one on the
Am I thinking of
bottom,
the wrong
right?
gun? Hold on. Isn't that the one that fires the explosive rounds? Not the eruptor. That's the like shrapnel-y big boom booms.
Yeah, that's the eruptor. No.
But isn't the Dominator the one that fires like explosive rounds or whatever?
No.
The Dominator.
Oh, am I thinking of a different gun?
Isn't the Dominator the one Cat uses?
Yeah, that's the one he uses. The Jar 5 Dominator.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different gun.
Thinking of a different gun, Kevin.
Alright.
There's one more, and I'm looking through it, but I'm wasting too much time looking through it. Maybe just those 2 pages.
You're not wasting time. You're fine.
So never mind. It's probably not as pertaining to Adam. I thought I saw the one that he uses.
The breaker.
Yeah.
Incendiary breaker.
No, just the
what
regular
do I use?
breaker. Well, the incendiary. You use the cookout now.
Punisher,
I used the cookout. No, the Punisher was my main, but I used the cookout. Thank you. I always forget.
Well, the cookout and the incendiary breaker are both nerfed due to the fire damage. They're not in the patch notes saying they're nerfed, but they both do less fire damage.
Yeah, but
overall now,
like
considering
I mostly
the
used it for the shotgun aspect, not the fire, and the fire was just
yeah.
bonus, so I shouldn't really
So
notice the difference.
spread's actually been mostly
Yeah.
dealt to the assault rifles. So they've decreased the spread on almost every SMG and assault rifle there is. They've increased sway for some of the longer barrel guns, like the Verdict, the Loyalist, the Talon, the Crisper, things like that. The Peacemaker, those are all increased sway, but they've also all got decreased spread. So mostly they're looking at decreasing spread for most of these guns. Which, if you're looking at the SMGs, that only helps them out. That's much better. Um, but they've increased sway on some of those more volatile guns, like the Defender, the Pummeler, the Knight, the Killzone SMG, things like that. It's nerfs and buffs going around for specifically just spread and sway. For drag mainly, drag is mainly applying to the Eruptor, um, what's it called? The Ultimatum, and the other, not the counter, the other one.
The
Just read it over here.
Dominator is what I thought it is. It's not a shotgun.
I thought that was a shotgun. Maybe it
Are
was
you
maybe
thinking of
before
the
they changed
Slugger?
it. Oh, I thought the Dominator fired like shotgun rounds, but okay, maybe I
I
haven't
mean, there's
used
a
that
lot
in a
of
while. Then.
shotguns in the game. You could be thinking of a different one.
I could be, I could be.
I think there's like 8.
Um, but mainly, they're looking to have longer barrel guns feel a little more heavier in terms of sway, if that makes sense. Where kind of like they're harder to aim because the rifle is a little heavier, according to what what
No,
I'm reading in the patch
hold
notes
on.
here with sway. Um,
Backwards. The reverse.
oh, backwards. Sorry. Yeah.
No, you're
Weapons with
fine, because
lower
I don't know how this is
ergonomics will
written. They
experience less
explained it
sway,
across
while
like 7 minutes of
those
the
with
video.
higher ergonomics will have more. Add-ons will naturally have more sway than primaries due to lack of support features. Um, and then shrapnel spawning mainly just applies to the eruptor, the frag grenade, and the autocannon. So the autocannon finally gets shrapnel in there now.
Oh,
The
interesting.
autocannon shrapnel was non-existent before, unless you used the flak rounds, which the flak rounds just didn't do enough damage because, I'm a good autocannon connoisseur.
I didn't even know there was a different round.
Yeah, there's two rounds for that. There's the normal
Oh,
explosive, which
I,
has shrapnel, and then
Kevin, I'm with you. I have significantly more hours in that game, so like,
yeah, there's two of them there. The frag grenade, I'm surprised they even did anything with the frag. I don't know who
oh
the hell
fuck.
uses that. I
I
The
just never
eruptor
tested it.
though,
I don't really use it that often unless it's
yeah, the
on
eruptor
order.
though, definitely that's brought it back to form. Everybody's saying the eruptor's fucking back, like at this point.
Oh hell yeah!
Um,
Shout
they're
out to
showing
Clay
it,
with a
yeah.
C.
Also,
He's back.
the fire rate has been increased for the eruptor. So
Cool.
there was a bug that you could do to cancel out the reload for the eruptor. They fixed that bug. Now you can't do that anymore. But they compensated that by increasing the fire rate for you, so it doesn't feel like it's taking forever to reload anymore. Um, one of the other um,
Ow.
one of the other things they've done is the sidearms. So a couple changes to the ultimatum, now having increased explosion damage. Their radius has been shortened, but the projectile damage has also been decreased. So essentially, what they're saying is you can use this to blow anything down except for a what they say
Can I
a
interrupt?
factory strider. Most enemies will die now from a close hit instead of direct hit, except for the factory strider. Additionally, do this to reduce demolition strength, the ultimatum will no longer destroy stratagem jammer objectives or landed illuminate warp ships through their shields. However, the drop ships have health and allowing the ultimatum to destroy them once the shield is down. Um,
Mm.
Can I interrupt
uh,
real quick about this?
yeah, yeah, please.
This was funny as shit on the video. So the guy who like clearly designs shit in this game was like, yeah, um, we made a mistake with the ultimatum, and Pillstat's like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, we don't worry, we fixed it, and he's like, why? What happened? And he's like, so the ultimatum, the round, before like this patch goes through, was the equivalent of a 380 millimeter artillery round. So all of the damage was actually taking place in a bigger area than what the projectile was, and on the projectile.
Oh, oh,
And
interesting.
as he's explaining this, Pillstat just sort of puts his head in his palm and is just shaking.
Wow.
I found that really funny.
Yeah. Fools.
But one of the main highlights of this patch, obviously, is the weapon customization.
Weapon customization.
Each
Woo!
weapon has 25 different levels, I believe, and each
Not
section of the
necessarily.
gun is it. Hold on. I have the page up here. 25.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is?
level 25 is max.
Yeah.
Yeah, level 25 is max. Yeah,
Yep.
every weapon has level 25,
Oh,
right?
weird. They did not make. Okay, that was badly conveyed in the video. Okay.
And it's got multiple different attachments. You can go from scope, underbarrel, muzzle, ammo capacity. I believe it's almost the same as COD 2 when we were playing it back in the day. Almost the same. I think it's 5 different attachments. I only see 3 written down here, but I'm pretty sure there's 2 more that are just not spoken of.
Barrel, sight,
And
magazine.
yeah,
I think it might just be 3.
this
Oh
should
no,
be the
under
grip.
barrel.
Yeah, grip, ammo, sight, um,
The muzzle, barrel, whatever you want to call it.
muzzle. Yeah, and then barrel. I think is the
Oh, is
last
it
one.
both? Oh, maybe it's both.
I think it's muzzle and barrel.
Okay.
And now you can fully customize these things. So and you use requisitions to do it. So finally, we're going to be actually have a point to using requisition. There's a point to actually getting all that.
Feels good. Feels good.
Oh yeah.
Feels good.
And then 25 levels on each weapon. 25 levels give you the camo for the weapon. So it's legitimately almost Call of Duty levels.
It's endless.
For this.
It's literally. They
Yeah.
said in the video it's like over 500 hours, but like this is bonus for everyone, like to do something else. So good for Cat. He'll have something to strive for now.
Oh yeah. I believe it's every normal weapon. So heavy, the extra heavy weapons don't count, like the
All primary.
autocannon and things like yeah. All primary sidearms.
No, primaries. No sidearms. Oh my god, I hope they're wrong. But they definitely said no sidearms in the video.
They said no melee weapons in the video.
You're right. Yeah, primary.
And no sidearms
It says most
yet.
Primary weapons.
Oh, they said
Yes.
I didn't hear
Yeah,
that.
in the
Okay.
video they were like, yeah, that's not something that's in there now, but in the future, like, it could come. But right now it's just primary, and we plan to add more.
They got recoil simulations built in. You can do 3, I think, or 4 different configurations of the weapon, so you can have like different favorites of the weapon.
And they're choosable in your drop pod. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. No,
you don't even have to like set it up beforehand.
No. I'll be standing over there in the line, just wasting everybody's time.
Trust me,
anyway.
I know.
They're also going to be unlocking new patterns in the old war bonds for all your vehicles and hell pods and all that. And every armor that has been ever available through the Superstore is available all at once now. So if you missed an armor in the past, you can get it. It's on the Superstore now.
How many pages of armor is that?
I think according to the screenshot, it says 14 pages.
Jesus Christ.
And then the biggest piece that we have yet to still talk about is the new enemies. The Stingray is a jet fighter that provides illuminate support from the sky, targeting Helldivers and lining up devastating strafing runs. I saw just a video of that just now. That shit looks intense. Crescent Overseer has the ability to lay barrages on Helldivers in cover. And the Flesh Mob, which is essentially a bunch of voteless stuck together, and they just kind of go around.
Oh, Rat King, cool.
Yeah. But that is the patch in a nutshell. There are some miscellaneous fixes that they did. One of the miscellaneous fixes is, I believe, pertaining to um, the
There's a sad fix.
the wasp has been fixed now, so that when you're actually targeting like inanimate objects like the Tesla tower, it'll actually hit them. It won't just fucking avoid hitting them.
Oh.
The FRV, there was something with the vehicle I just read just now, where like I think if you sat in it and you accidentally like melee'd, you kill somebody in the front of you by mistake. I've never seen that, so I was like, okay.
Fucking
The
take out the driver from the back seat.
yeah.
Done that.
Sample containers can now be properly pinged again. And then
Oh, we did lose that. I forgot all about that.
and then the intermittent flickering of distant visual effects has been fixed.
Kim, what's your sad fix?
Oh. Everybody, gunships suck again. So apparently gunships, while they had rockets, would never fire their machine guns. They fixed it. They fire their machine guns all the time now.
What are gunships?
The automaton gunships.
Those stupid things.
So now there's gonna be rockets and machine guns that coming at you.
Oh, fuck!
The only upside is they reduced the armor level to 3 all around, so their thrusters are no longer like the only weak point. However, the body of the ship still has more health than the thrusters.
Great,
Yeah, isn't it wonderful?
great, wonderful. Love that, big
The
fan.
game is now showing the correct amount of total samples on missions as well.
Oh, that's. Thank you for not
Was
lying
it
to
not?
us.
Interesting.
You know,
Okay.
Kevin, you're asking too many questions.
I am. You're right.
So there are a couple of known issues still.
Oh,
The guard dog flies away instead of reloading. That is a known issue.
First of all, everyone, this is an announcement for every Helldiver player. Stop using that one. I don't know why you're using. There's like 3 different guard dogs. That's the worst one by far. Stop using it. It deserves to fly away because you've made bad choices and it's abandoning you to go live its life with good choices. You fucking idiots. Come on now.
Players can get stuck on Pelican 1's ramp during extraction.
Oh yeah, that sucks. That happens.
Firebomb helipods can no longer destroy larger enemy types such as tanks.
That's some BS, but all right. Nobody should be using those unless you're Cleo with
Interrupting
a
the
C.
reload animation of the Killzone SMG may result in the magazine being consumed without reloading it, and then Eruptor lacks animation for loading the second to last bullet in the chamber.
Confusing, but okay.
Yeah, that's all the known issues right now.
We forgot the fucking animation. Ship it, who cares? Let it ship it.
Explosives can
God.
cause Helldivers hidden behind terrain to ragdoll as well.
Oh, cool. Maybe it'll get you out of that.
Maybe. But
Exciting. So when
overall,
a hell bomb goes off and you're ducked in a bunker, maybe you'll survive.
overall,
Sometimes it
really,
works.
really good. I can go over some of the primary weapon differences.
No.
Or probably the ones that we use.
I have one complaint about
Yeah.
this patch. Weapon spread. I don't understand why that was a problem in the first place. So they kind of show this off a little bit better in the video than what they did describing, I'm sure, because you'd actually be able to see the difference in the spread before versus now. Like guns basically fire on target wherever your little like circle is on the crosshair. But with the weapon's sway, that circle's moving around a little bit more. So basically, I don't know how much tighter everything is going to be. I assume it's more because they say it is. It's like a tighter grouping overall. But like, I don't know how that's going to translate into gameplay if this fucking circle's bouncing all over the goddamn hell, especially for like the power weapons. Because like all they were talking about was the primaries, but like what about the machine guns and shit? Does it just mean your crosshair's gonna be freaking bouncing all over the hell as this thing empties 200 rounds inside of like what 30 seconds, if that?
Didn't you use that sniper the energy sniper, the what's it called, the
Yeah, the
accelerator
Helldiver one?
rifle?
Or the Helldiver. The
Killzone.
fucking Killzone one? Yeah, that's what I used.
Yeah, they decreased the drag from 1.5 to 0.1, which means now you lose no more speed and damage as you travel through the air.
Yeah, they buffed
Cool.
it. I don't know why.
Why not?
I mean,
I'm excited because I get to do even more damage at extreme ranges.
yeah, I think it was losing quite a bit of damage over distance, and it
Half.
shouldn't, because it's an energy weapon. How the fuck is it gonna
Half.
lose? It shouldn't be losing anything. It's
So
not a
you're
bullet,
telling
it's
me
an
that?
energy weapon.
So you're telling me the sniper rifle is now more accurate and more deadly from further away?
Yes.
As
Great.
it should be.
It
Great.
lost, according to them in the video, it lost half of its damage after it traveled 30 yards.
Oh damn, that's not far.
They fixed that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fixed that.
And now
Wow,
it's just
that
going to
is.
carry. So, like, when I was already, like, one tapping shit or, like, two tapping shit, it's going to fucking just melt now.
We're gonna start the mission, and all of a sudden Kevin's gonna be like, "All right, I took out the tower." It's like, what? How? I sniped it. Kevin, we launched to the other side of the map. What do you mean?
Also, thank God those fucking dropships are damageable now. The illuminate ones.
Thank God.
All of the assault rifles have spread decrease, so they should be firing more accurately now.
That's
Yeah,
good.
it seems to be pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Like straight on, I mean.
Yeah.
Cool.
All of them
Well,
seem to be
seems like a solid patch. Nothing
It's a
too
pretty
crazy.
solid patch.
Pretty
Yeah.
solid patch, honestly.
Nothing where I'm like, "Oh fuck you! What the hell?" That's the only response I have to the war bond mostly. Thank you for the 14 pages of suits that I already own. Appreciate that. Um, but yeah, it seems fun.
What is what's the warband like?
What do you mean? What's a war
Um,
bond like?
the
New
war
one.
bond is the Masters of Ceremony. Comes with a
Good
Oh
capes.
yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Right,
good
I remember
capes,
looking at
comes
it
with
now.
one
the
gun,
amendment.
a
Yeah, which
shit,
is the
shit everything else.
it's the
Got it.
bayonet sniper, and then a saber, a flag, sample scanner, a pyrotech grenade. The suits look
Sample
cool.
scanner,
They're
my
high guard.
asshole.
Yeah,
But
that's the
uh,
stupidest fucking thing. I saw you make comment on that.
Why is it called the sample scanner when it doesn't literally do the things that it's named? Doesn't scan for samples.
I found there was somebody on Reddit who was like, "Oh man, this rock is actually two rocks."
Yeah, fucking
And I'm like, "Oh my
stupid.
god."
Real stupid.
there is a super
They
store
just
armor
don't.
set coming that looks really cool. It's
Uh,
the
They
they
just
bearer of
don't
Thanos.
want
they
like.
clearly understand that people like the game and why people like the game, which it took them a while to figure that out, which is nice, but they figured it out anyways. But I don't think they understand like the quality of life things that everyone has been asking for that really would not impact anything that they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
I still don't understand why we have no sample conversion. I still don't understand why we don't have an actual scanner of samples. There's so many things I don't understand, but like, it's like, all right, I still like the game a lot, and I'll still play it. But what the hell, man?
Come
What the
on, where's
hell?
the mission? Where's the mission variety? Stop with the fucking weapons.
Kevin, I don't know if you know this, we gotta launch a nuke. That's all we gotta
Yeah.
do. We
Alright.
only have to launch nukes. That's the only mission we need.
It's the true American way.
True American way to launch nukes.
I couldn't agree more.
Thank you.
Being down here in Texas, it's more apparent. True
Yep.
American ways
I
of
don't.
launching nukes.
Sure, man. Sure. Yeah. Texas, the
They
nuke
launch
capital of America, apparently.
steak nukes. That's what we launch down here, boy.
The steak nukes?
And
We
I
launch
hate
steak nukes.
how
Okay.
I hate these fucking attachment things where you gotta rank up every single fucking gun individually.
I love that because it's extra and it gives me something to do.
Ah, that's fair.
I think it'll be like, hey, this
I can
modifies
see
your
that.
gun. Okay,
Yeah.
how much? I mean,
I
not too much, but like it does
Right.
some stuff. Like, okay, cool.
I got a question since I don't know how many things I'm gonna be able to customize with the energy weapon that I use. Anybody use the lever action rifle yet?
The fuck is that?
The
I
previous
used that
Warband, the
right.
Is that the
cowboy one.
musket-looking thing?
Yeah, I'm using that right now. That's actually really good.
It's I guess
I've been
classified
using
as
it.
is it a sniper rifle or a marksman rifle? I think it's a marksman
It's a
rifle.
sniper rifle?
I thought it was
No,
classified
it's a
marksman.
marksman.
Is
It's a
that, is
marksman.
that, is that the one that looks like the Call of Duty World War II gun?
No, that is the other one.
No, that's that's
That
the
one
one.
sucks.
This one looks like a Winchester, but futuristic.
Oh, and yeah, no, I don't think I've used that.
Is it actually lever action, Genesis?
It is lever action, yes.
Oh,
Ah,
interesting.
baby.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's lever action.
Have you ever seen? Here's a YouTube video to look up. I don't have like an exact one or anything, but like look up somebody who like is actually good with a lever action rifle.
They're
Fucking
nuts. Absolutely nuts. No, thank you. Those people scare the shit out of me.
They can fire so fast.
If you got good at that, what are you doing? Why? Like, what do you... Man, if you were in the past, history would be different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. uh,
Alright, cool. Alright.
Yep.
Helldivers 2, we're going to have to play, probably tomorrow. I'll be on to play that, if anybody is on.
Oh, we're not gonna test it out tonight, all right?
No, I have to get off. After
I'll
we
be
talk
on
about The Last of Us Part 2.
Go for it.
Last of Us Episode 5. Kevin, you started off.
Notes
You
for
had a lot
this.
of notes.
I have notes for this.
You had a lot of
Okay,
notes. Get your notes.
I'm gonna start it off in the beginning of the episode where this fucking lady comes out. Oh my god, her face was amazing. No words. She's just walking through like all these guys and stuff. I don't even know if there was another woman in the scene. She was just walking through with this face. It's like, go ahead, come on, fuck with me. I dare you. I dare you. I mean, they're all her people, but like, she just does not give a shit, and she is clearly authority. And I freaking loved it.
Yeah,
I
we've
loved
seen her
every second
before.
of her on the screen. Oh, have we? I forget.
Yeah, that's the one that Isaac met when he got out of the truck in the other episode. Where she's like, "Are you Isaac?"
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And also, I want to point out, she really looks like the Feel Her Love lady. Like in the drawings.
Oh.
And I'm like,
I know what you mean now.
yeah, and I'm like, what's going on here? Why does she look like her? Is it like a sister?
Yeah.
Is she like her in a past life and they think she's dead or something? It makes me so... I don't know. It's just a little thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's how the episode started out. And then she talks with whoever the hell. That was cool. A lot of good opening scenes.
Okay, first of all,
I gotta be
yeah,
honest.
oh yeah, every episode's got a great opening scene. This one, she's talking to that lady, and
Stop.
they reveal spores are in this universe now, and I'm like, fuck, yes.
Oh yeah.
This is the thing
hospital.
I saw last week, where I was like, oh shit, this is what makes me excited for next week, because they were bringing spores in, and I knew exactly what scene they were going to use it for, and that scene of that lady being like, yeah, like she's explaining everything. I was just like so intently watching of like, tell me more about this B1, B2, B3. We sealed off these exits, like
Yeah.
Leo's down there because he's my best, and then they go through all that, and then it's like seal us in, and then the lady goes, okay, well I see you acted accordingly and you handled it and you ended the matter there with, and you're a hero, and then she's like, okay, well we'll consider this matter closed, and then she starts to leave the room, and then she goes, also I'm sorry about your son, and it's like, fuck.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, what an opening.
I love how during that exchange, I forget exactly where. I think it's when like she starts to really talk about like what happened to the team because of all the spores in the area,
Yeah.
and like the realization came that the camera cuts, not even pans, cuts to a shot zeroed in on her throat. The person who's trying to stay like completely deadpan the entire time. I forget everybody's names, but it's dead right on the center of her throat, and she swallows so hard.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
she does.
oh, she's not showing like oh fuck, but she is in the oh
She
fuck
is all
mode.
That was a good
The
detail.
acting in this show is always top notch. It's crazy.
Yeah, they get the best side characters The
Everybody's so good.
lady she's talking to, the Asian lady, her name is Elise Park.
Okay.
And then the main lady that we're seeing in the episodes, I don't know her name. I think it's Hanrahan. I
I
think
don't think
that's what
anybody said her name yet.
No, they did. Isaac was like,
Oh, they did?
"Are
Oh,
you
okay.
Hanrahan?" I think it's Hanrahan. It's like Hanrahan. It's something weird like that.
Okay.
So, and she seems to be Isaac's second, or like Isaac's. I don't even know if it's Isaac's boss. She's a character that I do not know from the game. I don't believe she's in the game.
Oh, okay.
And I
Well,
think,
damn, even crazier. Then.
yeah, I think she's doing a great job, and I'm like, fuck. I think
She's
they're doing
killing it.
Isaac's part of the story way better in this. Like,
okay.
Isaac feels like more of a threat and part of the WLF. Because you learn about Isaac later in the game, and then he's, like, in it. I mean, the way I went through the game, he was in it for, like, 45 minutes. But, like, he's having more of, like a presence in this already.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
But yeah, so the opening scene plays out, and then we go. Where the hell did we go after that?
Theater.
God, the rest of the episode is a fucking blur. Theater. Yep. Dina is triangulating stuff on the map. They have funny jokes about that.
They have
adorable shit.
jokes.
Gotta love it. What?
They have jokes. I did not find. I did not think this scene was bad in any way. I just was like, I know Ellie is a nerd in the game, and I know this Ellie is so far very different.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, yeah, I don't know math and stuff, and I'm like, I remember you being smart. I don't remember you. It seems like Dina is doing most of the work in charting this out, but this Ellie also seems like she is more like a doer. Dina's a planner, Ellie's a doer. And in they're not showing Ellie doing much, especially in the beginning of this episode and more of the season too. She's not doing too much.
No, she's not.
She's basically following Dina. So in that scene I was like, why is she not doing this? Why is she like great, she turned on the electricity, fun little Easter egg to the game. Like, then she plays that song.
For all 2 seconds.
Yeah, because it reminds her of something.
I don't even know what the song was.
Of Future Days. Is the name of the song. It's critical to like a scene that's in the game that so far is not in the show, but probably won't be in the show until season 3 if they even put it in the show, or they might put it later. They're changing a lot of the stuff with the game, even though the main ideas are still there. They're still changing quite a bit. But like that song matters in context to people who've played the game. So like I'm curious to see like. I mean, they're hinting at the same thing over and over, so it's gotta be in fucking show eventually. But like, she starts to play it and like is smiling, and then immediately just goes back to I'm fucking pissed.
Yep.
So.
And then Dina enters the room, and and then oh look, I found a path. Oh, we gotta just make it through this fucking hole in the patrol and go into this long building. Oh, do you think it's in a long building? Who fucking knows? All right, cool. It's probably infested. Great, love it.
We deal with that. 3 clickers, you know, couple infected.
Yeah, we deal with that. Come on, we got that. We get over there.
Got the good bones.
Chippy cut through the fence.
You skipped Dina's speech about when she was 8 years old.
Yeah, that speech was crazy. Her facial expression.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was good, I guess. Yeah,
Dina's speech about like killing the guy who killed. Well, honestly, I have a theory about that actually. Dina's speech about that guy, that she shot, her first kill, after he killed her mom and sister. And then somehow making her way to the thing and all that. And then talking about, because Ellie's like, hey, if you want to go back, I'll take you back. You don't have to do this with me. And I want to point out that I've seen a lot of hate for this show, because this is just what this show is. just gets a lot of hate online. And people being like, "Oh, Ellie wants to go home." It's like she offers to bring Dina home and then to continue the journey. Ellie is not giving up on the journey. She just wants to make sure that Dina is safe because she is still thinking about Dina. She is not lost in her vengeance. Like, she thinks about Dina. And she's worried about the baby and stuff.
Right.
But I thought that scene was great, like, with Dina talking about
I
that.
pay attention to my notes, huh?
You know what?
So
Yeah, probably.
I have notes for this actually.
Oh, yeah.
When that concluded, I was like, now again, I've watched like parts of Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
I don't remember a whole lot, but based on what's going on in the TV show so far, and no spoilers, please.
Of course.
I said that Dina's rage from her past is going to lead to the death of her child, and then that will break her in the future. And the comment that's made about like, oh, if I die, it'll be on me. It won't be your fault, like to Ellie. I'm like, oh God, is this like foreshadowing her suicide after like?
Yeah, I saw your text about that.
Like, because I'm like, oh shit, like, but like for realsies though, like, when she was telling that story, she definitely like was feeling shit. Again, well acted. Everything always is. But like that kind of, I don't know, switch that she has while she's telling this story, like it's gonna trigger her to do something, and she's just gonna do it without thinking about like her own safety. And again, if you're carrying a child, I mean, you freaking bump something wrong and you can have a miscarriage. Like, that's just how it works in real life.
See, I think, no spoilers, I think it's interesting, your thoughts on that, and I semi agree with what you're saying if the next scene did not take place.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
In the next scene, they're in the building, and then all the stalkers are there, and then they have this, and then they're like, "Hey, we have this plan." Yeah, Dina has a plan going into it, and like, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. Don't you dare use your gun. You're always using your gun. Do not use your gun." And then they go into it, and the plan is fucked immediately. And it's not like, "Hey, there's clickers, there's shit." There are levels of enemies in here that was so difficult for Ellie to fight one of them, and there's like 6 in this room that they see. And Dina falls the fuck apart. Dina has no idea what to do, and Ellie immediately jumps into action and is like, "You go into that cage, I'll lead them away," and then starts running around, shooting her gun. Dina goes into the cage, locks it in, starts shooting. Her gun jams or runs out of ammo. I'm not quite sure.
It runs out of bullets. And then
it runs out of bullets.
They either didn't bring magazines, or she's too scared to put another one in.
She starts having a panic attack.
Okay.
Because she starts breathing really heavy, Dina, and then slowly backs up and is on the ground, like slowly sinking down, like breathing heavily and like blinking and like freaking the fuck out. Meanwhile, Ellie sounds like she's getting torn apart by the stalkers, but it sounds like she's still fucking fighting them because she's not freaking out from that. That doesn't worry her. She's like, I will fucking kill all of these if they eat every part of me. I don't care. She literally was like, hey, I will get bit 1,000 times. I don't care. Get in the fucking cage. and then, you know, our boy Jesse comes in, saves the day, and I was like, every time when he shows up in the game, similar to that, not in the same scene, it's very different, but in one part he shows up and like his hand reaches down and he's wearing that green jacket and everyone was like, oh my god, it's Joel. No, it's not Joel. It's obviously not Joel. In the show, like, I'm like, oh shit, are they making this Tommy? And then it was Jesse and I was like, fuck yeah.
I thought it was gonna be Tommy too.
Yeah.
Although apparently not far off because Tommy and Jesse split up.
Yeah, but I don't even want to talk about Tommy because there's a part in the game that they're just not doing, and I'm just like, fucking, come on. Like, maybe they are doing it, and I just don't know about it, and I feel like it might be revealed, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. But yeah, Jesse coming in, and then I would say the worst action scene happens after that, where they're running out in the middle of a spotlight, in the
Yeah.
middle of everywhere, somehow not getting shot, and then making
Yep.
their way to the park, and then it starts to be great again.
Yeah. So even the okay, I got to get real specific here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the stalker scene. Let's back up a little bit. First of all, fuck yeah, cameraman. Let's fucking go. Second, lighting team. Mwah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Very dark,
This
scary.
scene is creepy.
Yeah, very creepy.
And I love everything about how it's directed and shot because it's like, oh yeah, there's just this one. Oh shit. Well, there's two. And then it's like, there's also some here. Oh, and there's one over there. And like,
Every time you look away,
oh
more
fuck.
show up.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
But like, so that's great. The plan's great. Get in the cage. I'll take it on. Cool. Great. It starts out great because Ellie's shooting stuff, but then nothing happens. They're not ever in a position where it's like, oh yeah, they're making progress. I honestly couldn't even tell you if anything like actually died. There's times when like they get shot and the things like recoil and maybe like they're not really
No,
supposed to
Dina
die.
kills
But then,
one
like,
that's against the
Jesse-
cage.
Yeah. Yes, there is one that
And
dies
then I
for
think
sure.
Ellie kills one as it's running toward her, and then she just gets immediately flanked
Yeah.
and tackled.
And then Jesse comes in. Granted, yes, I understand they have pistols, but like they're 1911s. 1911 pretty strong. And like Jesse comes in, and you just hear like two shots, and suddenly everything's dead.
Jesse has a shotgun, and he's blasting everybody away.
What's an M4?
Some of them could have ran away too, right?
He-
They could
he
have
has a-
went and
he definitely has
hid
a rifle.
somewhere.
Yeah, and the infected
or
are
he
just
switches to rifle.
so infected. They're alive, and they die when something hits them. They're usually a little bit more resilient than a regular person, but they get shot in the head, they're done. Like it's not like anything
Oh, it's
crazy.
not like Resident Evil or anything.
No, it's not like Resident Evil.
okay.
Like you cut a head off, they're dead. Like it's like there's some things that'll kill them. Sometimes they're like trapped, but if there's not something that's absolutely crushing every part of their body, they're gonna
right.
live. But like they're more resilient people, but they're not like crazy. So like the 1911s, what did you say, 1911 pistols or whatever?
Yeah.
Those should kill them, but they just get overwhelmed so quickly, and a part of me always with these scenes goes, damn, in the game, at this point, Ellie has killed, I don't know, one member of the team or two members of the team technically, and about, I don't know, 150 enemies.
Yeah.
And in the show, it's like, who has Ellie fucking killed? At this
Right.
point, no one. Except like maybe a couple infected. And she did stab that one dude in the neck, but like way too late in my opinion still.
Oh yeah, that was messy. Her combat is always messy.
Her combat's super messy.
I don't understand.
I kind of like. I like that her combat's messy, and I like that it's like a more realistic approach. I just think that she gets lucky every single fucking time, and it's not like a skill that Joel has taught her over the time. And I'm like, maybe they weren't doing that. Maybe that's the direction we're taking here. That like they were comfortable, so they didn't have to.
Yeah.
But then they're fucking out on patrols, and I'm like, what the fuck is her skill here? What is she bringing to the table to commit this revenge?
I don't like a majority of the action scenes this season. I think they're just too. Ellie doesn't get to do anything. Dina sometimes is like spot on and actually like getting shit done. Not in this one, but like I don't know, man. It's something's missing. There's no Joel. There's no like. All right, it's time. It's a fucking like. It's a comparison of like a person and like Joel being the Doomslayer. Who's just like, I fucking end all
Joel
of you
had
right now.
20 years of being. Joel had 20 years of being a monster at the ready with that experience. So like again, I don't know. In the game, it's so like obvious that Ellie has so many skills she learned from Joel because they continued to like do some like ratings and like exploring and stuff safer than what they were doing. But like in the show, it's just not clear like what she has learned. There's a scene.
And like,
there's a scene in the game where Ellie walks into a room with Dina, and they discover like one person dead on the floor and then another person like tied to a chair, and Ellie explains that this is an interrogation, and Dina's like, how do you know that? And Ellie's like, oh, Joel taught me. And she explains like the awful things that Joel taught her, because he passed down, even though they were awful, they were survivable skills. And you learn immediately like, oh shit, she has Joel's skills. So hey, maybe she's not the 20-year killer, but she's smart, she's adaptable, she's immune. Like, if she keeps going like this, she will be superior to Joel. And also, she's got all these skills, and she's so much younger and more nimble, so she could do a lot more some of the time, and she's not like a fucking tank like Joel was. So it's like this crazy like character you've created, and then in the show it's like, I'm over here. Pew, pew. Ah! And it's like, okay, it's realistic combat, and I know the show is going for more realism than gameism, but like, it's just sometimes it falls flat. And I agree with you, Kevin, that the action has not been great this season for some of this. I think some of the action, I'm like, okay, I'm in for it. Like the tension they build, the scene, like how it looks, the suspense, always
we'll
great.
Get to that in a second. Yeah.
The action, it falls apart, but I also thought the action was kind of subpar in the first season. I thought it was the weakest part. Like, in a show based on a video game with all action, there's barely any action, and when it's there, it's not as much. I think the best action scene so far is the fucking city raid that happened in episode 2.
Cool.
That was fucking nuts.
Really good.
That's where all the action went.
Yeah.
And I'm more into this for the suspension and the drama than action, because I just realized that this is not where I'm going to get my action. But then I think the park stuff was good too, though.
We'll get to the park in just one hot second. I think like my main concern with this with like how action scenes are unfolding with the ones where like we're focusing on Ellie as the main player is like, I don't know how much longer is season 3 the end.
Season 3 is the end of part 2, the video game, but I don't know what they're going to do after.
They're going to go further. Okay.
Yeah, we don't know.
But like, I'm afraid that at some point Ellie's just going to become like a super soldier out of nowhere, and it's going to make no fucking sense at all. Where I'm like, just have an action scene, one action scene. Give me one scene where Ellie just fucking nails it. But I don't know. Maybe it's weird to think that way. I'm not sure.
I kind of agree with you, in a way. Where like if she starts doing shit out of nowhere, it's like she's good at sneaking.
Yes. Yeah.
It's great at sneaking.
Yeah. Which is weird because she reaches. Dina's not wrong. She reaches for that gun like impulsively.
Yeah, she does, but it works so far, so I don't blame her.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Like,
she's too cocky. She hasn't been humbled.
That's fair. And maybe it's coming. Maybe that'll be the switch. And you know what? If they play it out like that, maybe that makes more sense. But like I said, I'm just worried that like some random scene is going to come up and there's going to be no anything that like triggers that. Oh, this is when like I gotta go and I gotta be like amazing or I'm dead. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And then it's just gonna come across as like weird. Like, how do you go from like a stormtrooper to Jackie Chan? Like.
Yeah, there's a switch in the game where like something crazy happens because of that, and it's like, okay, like there's a reevaluation of like what the mission actually is, and
okay.
In the show it does not. I don't feel like we're leading up to that. They have to do something different, so I'm very curious as to how that changes, and if that changes, I'm curious as to how the rest of it changes. Like, I think I have an idea of how season 2 will end. So, I think we only have
episode?
No, 2 episodes left, I believe. I think it's only 7 episodes, which I feel like this season should have been 10 episodes. They could have fit everything I wanted. I'm still trying to like evaluate this based on what I'm seeing currently and not comparing it so much to the game. But there's points where I'm like, man, I'd rather just fucking play the game. And I did not feel that in season 1. I always thought that, like, wow, this is like a 1-to-1 adaptation of the game, and it adds
And
things.
it added more.
Yeah, it added more. This, it adds more, and it changes some things, but then it takes out, like, so much. So it really feels like 1 step forward, 2 steps back a lot of the time for me. And I'm like, am I the only one feeling that way? So I asked my dad what he's thinking about the season. And he said, I got 10 minutes into episode 1 and I had to walk away and I haven't continued. And I'm like, you fuck. So I need someone who doesn't know the game to tell me, like, who has no clue about the game at all.
Remind me. End of discussion. I'll tell you how I'm feeling. Right now we gotta talk about the park. Probably the best scene of this entire episode.
1-to-1 creation of the game scene, except instead of a male priest, it was a female priest doing the execution.
Oh, okay.
And Ellie was alone.
This entire scene, oh my god. It was really good. Really good. And, man, that fucking arrow, what a fucking shot.
Confusing.
Or bolt, really.
Where the fuck did that arrow come from? Why did they only fire 1?
From the trees somewhere, maybe?
Yeah, and that's your best shot you could take? You had like a free shot, you got it in a shin?
Like, I mean, I don't...
Maybe they wanted to just cripple her.
You know what? Here's the thing, Adam. I don't know the video games, so I don't know how these people fight. I took it as, okay, they're on home turf. There's only 3 of them. The scars clearly... These are all scars, right?
Yeah. Or Seraphites. Scars are their slur names.
Got it. The Seraphites clearly have the drop on them. Like, why not hamstring them and capture them?
You're absolutely correct. That's what they would prefer to do.
Yeah. So that's how I took the scene, and I thought it was, like, executed pretty well. I don't understand... I think there's a little bit of a disconnect with the crossbows. Like, I understand that they have, like... They're supposed to have, like, I guess, less tech, for whatever rhyme or reason. I don't quite understand why they want, like, less tech, but, like, whatever.
The knives and scimitars.
But, like, the crossbows that, like...
Scythes.
What am I trying to say here? The bolt that is sticking into her leg, in Dina's leg, it's like too medieval. You're still in modern times. You're gonna have more modern crossbow bolts. Like you're unless you're making this shit and
they are making
it yourself. Them. Oh, they are. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, they are not. They are not going to gun stores and they're not finding those. They are making those.
Perfect. Okay, I rest. That's it. Nope.
Yep. Okay. Great. Cool. You're welcome.
I mean, we haven't seen it, so I was
like, why? You wouldn't know that. Like, and hey, maybe they change it for the show, and they're like, we just found these. It's like, okay, you fucks. But yeah, in the game, they make them.
Okay, perfect.
They have a whole production line and everything.
That's pretty cool. All right.
Yeah, they're very innovative. That society is so cool, and like their whole belief system is so interesting. Just based on like, I mean, even what you've seen so far, where they're like, let's cleanse this guy by cutting him open, and it's like, do they do that to all the people that end up there, or do they convert some of them? Because he was like, hey, you're infected, and the only way to free you is to literally free you. Like,
yeah.
It's like, now you feel her love. It's like, what the fuck? Now he is free. Now he is free. Whatever the fuck that guy said. Like,
yeah.
She sees she feels your love, or whatever the hell he screamed. Right. Like, get out of here, man.
And like, oh man, to see that like that's how they do it, and it parallels with that fucking, it wasn't a bunker, tower, wherever the fuck they were in the previous episode.
Oh yeah, the radio station.
Ceilings. Radio station. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Man, and it was tense and suspenseful, and I love it. They fucking they nail it
The lighting.
all the time.
The lighting was
Oh,
fucking
the lighting
incredible.
is so great. Yep,
the,
the
the,
torches were
the
great.
way the Seraphites looked, the people they got playing the Seraphites, like just fucking incredible,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, makeup. Oh,
All good.
Yep. But the park scene was cool, and then Ellie was like, "I'm gonna go out this way. I'm gonna make it this fucking
Well,
little
Ellie being
baby."
like, Jesse, take Gina, goodbye.
Yeah.
And then being like, all right, never mind, I'm continuing my mission. They're safe. See ya.
Right. Yeah.
Great.
Yep. Um.
That guy, Bonnie, shout out to Bonnie, the dog.
What dog?
The dog with the WLF guard being like, his dog was
Oh my
barking,
God,
and he's
that's
like,
right. Hold
Bonnie,
on.
what do you see? And going over there, and I'm like, don't
I
hurt
do remember
Bonnie.
that. I made a comment. Oh yeah. Apparently we let retards join the WLF. This guard is the fucking stupidest person I've ever seen in my life.
I was wondering who
'Cause-
you were talking about.
Because he walks over to this hole and he's like, it's gotta be like, I think he said it gotta be a coon
A
or
critter.
something like that. Like, oh, critter. Okay. I couldn't tell what the hell he said, but I'm like, it's not, that hole is big enough for a person. Why are you
I
not
will
calling
say,
us in?
That hole is so small that I would think a child or like a very tiny lady went in there. I don't think it wasn't big enough for like a guy to go in there, unless it's a
course
really
it is.
tiny guy. No, it was a small ass hole. I honestly looked at that hole and I was like, I don't know how Ellie fit through here with her
The
backpack
dog
and
could
shit.
go through there easy.
The dog could go through there, but like, again, the dog is not huge. That guy and all that armor and shit, like every Seraphite we've seen, like unless they're like children, they can't go in that fucking hole. Ellie's tiny as shit.
Yeah.
Was it really that small? I thought
It
it was
was.
kind of big. I don't know, man.
It literally looked like a doggy door. It looked like it was about the
It
size
was
of a
wider
doggy
than
door.
that.
No. It had like
It was a-
rebar in it and shit. And I'm like, I get totally why this guy thought that it was a creature, not a person. I mean, I don't know why Bonnie would be barking at like a raccoon. I feel like Bonnie's trained, so I think he
and
is still stupid.
That's the thing too. Is like if it's gonna be just critters, then what? Like, do you have dogs barking everywhere? No, it's only just
Yeah,
one.
that's
And
that
also,
part
how
I
many
thought was
fucking
dumb.
people do you have? Call one person in, or just let the dog go. Like,
Yeah.
I thought you guys are all badass. Then just be like, oh, you want to go get the thing in there? Cool. Unless there's something bad in the building, because I'm pretty sure that's the long building. No, that was in the long.
No, that was a hospital.
That's a whole yeah, it's the hospital. Which I guess if you know it's the hospital, you're like, well, whatever, it's fucked anyways.
That's fair.
Because you know it's in the basement.
Yeah.
So maybe I have to, owe it up to that. But like, I don't know. It struck me as just weird.
I do kind of agree because like, why would you just say it's a critter? Like what? Are you fucking, isn't Bonnie
there was
trained
no
to bark at
question.
people?
Right.
Like, what? I'm just glad she didn't kill that guy and the dog. Because in the game, you kill that guy and the dog.
Oh, okay.
Because dogs are an enemy. They follow your scent, and you have to kill them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, which fucking sucks. And then what I loved about this was he called the dog's name, and I was like, "Don't you fucking call that dog's name!" So we watched this girl murder that dog.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I kind of hope she murders this guy and the dog. So we go, "Wow, Ellie, stop that! What the fuck?"
No,
But she's
instead
not
we
doing
get
that.
her in the hospital chasing what's her face?
Nora.
Nada? No, that's not it. Nora. Why did I say Nada? Couldn't tell you.
The villain in the Uncharted movie and the star of Naughty Dog's upcoming game, Intergalactic Heresy Prophet, whatever the fuck.
Yep. So chasing Nora through.
Great scene.
Spores in the air. Great scene.
Great. I
The
was
lighting,
like,
again.
she better call him a bitch who deserved what he got. She better commit to that. And when she was like, I still
she
hear
did.
his screams, and I was like, oh man, I think they're gonna like not do it. And then she's like, yeah, the bitch got what he deserved. And I'm like, you fucking piece of shit. I hate you just as much as I hated you in the game.
Yeah.
And that red lighting on Ellie. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
they go to the basement, and then the red, and I was like, oh, they're fucking doing the scene exactly like the game, and they did do the scene exactly like the game, with a little bit of a dialogue change. Ellie, in this version, does not speak as much. She mostly just says one phrase over and over which in
Yeah.
most scenes I do not like when it comes to like her violence and action. Like when Joel was killed, she just kept saying, "Please don't do it, please don't." Like she never said like, "What do you want? I'll do whatever you want." Like
Right.
she never
Yeah.
used her words, and in this, she just kept saying, "Where's Abby? I know. Where's Abby? Where's Abby?" It's like, ask something else. Try to
Yeah, it
gain
was,
other information, Ellie.
It's
But
weird
she,
because
yeah,
other I feel like it's just her that's like that.
yeah. She
Everybody
gets,
else has very expansive dialogue
yeah.
in the show.
Well, I mean, she jokes around when it's jokey time. She's like, "Hell yeah, man! I'll make all the jokes. Like,
But
I'll
then it's
say
like
whatever."
when it
But when
comes to
it's
these moments, it's not as impactful.
when it comes to these moments, it's like I said earlier. She's a doer, not a planner, which is something completely different. So she's just going through the motions of like what she thinks she should be doing, and then
Yeah.
saying the question over and
Exactly.
over. So then I'm like, oh, she's hasn't been trained by Joel to actually do a good interrogation. Remember Joel's interrogation scene in the first game in the show where
Yeah.
he fucking brutalizes that one man and then goes to the other one and he's like, you know what? You don't have to tell me. I believe him. And then just beats that man to death. And it's like, fuck. Ellie's not doing any of that in this.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck. And then I will say, I don't think it went on long enough, the pipe scene.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the
Yeah, I
game,
think it could have been longer.
you ask about where's Abby and you try to get some information. You get some information. And then you start beating her. But when you're controlling Ellie, you just hit the button and she just keeps swinging. And like you hit once and then you hit again and then you hit again and then you hit again and you hit again and then it cuts to black. And you don't realize how long it went on for, but you see the aftermath of how much blood is on Ellie and you go, "Oh, it went on for a while."
Yeah.
And in the show, I think they can redeem themselves after we have this beautiful flashback episode of happiness and joy and tears. I think they can definitely redeem themselves if we see Ellie and she looks like a fucking monster. Then I think
I
we'll
hope they
be
do. I
okay.
hope they do that.
I hope she gets back to that fucking theater and she is covered head to toe in buckets of blood. Like,
Yeah.
I hope it's not clean at all. If she comes back and she's got like a little blood on her, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because in the game by that time too, she's already become this like
She's been
trained
lost.
killer.
She's this trained killer who's using her skills to hunt Abby and her team. And at that moment, she is like so dark and deep into it where she starts to
so
question like what's
odd.
happening here and like is this
Yeah.
worth it? And in the show, I don't feel that at all because
Yeah,
Nora's her first
exactly.
kill. I don't even know if she's dead yet. Honestly, in my mind, I would feel better if over the last week she's still beating her. And then
Oh no.
that's how much I need her to just go
Yeah.
overboard. Because
I got it.
what I love about the game and what I love that in the show, they made Abby look like a fucking monster with her people looking at her and being like,
Yeah.
we just do it quick, get it over with. And now Ellie is doing the exact same thing to Nora. And I can't wait for people to see that and go, yeah, Ellie's justified. Why? Because she's our main character? No. Like,
Right.
there's so much here where it's like, and I need the show to just commit to that. And I feel like they will for this, but I just have to hold out hope. But I really wanted her to get at least 5 hits in, and she got what, 2, 3? Like, come on.
Yeah, I think just 3, and then at the third one
Yeah,
it went
3.
to black.
She was only working on the leg too, so like,
Yeah.
she's working her way out, baby. You know what I mean? Can't wait.
She's gonna
Can't wait.
fucking
Start with the
cheat.
toes, go to the knee, go to the shin. You keep going back and forth.
Go to the
Bottom,
nasty,
top,
play them
middle,
bongos.
bottom, top, middle, bottom, top, middle, bottom, top, middle. Slowly work your way up every 3 inches. I know how it works. You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to go. Like, oh, so good.
And then This ending was confusing for me because it
Okay,
sounds like you need to know the video game.
you do
The
not.
immediate cut to to a flashback, and I'm like, okay, I guess. If I'm supposed to remember when this is, Kevin doesn't because Kevin's a
You
stupid man.
no, I don't. I mean, I know what this is because I've seen the future of the game. If I was watching the show, I'd be like, okay, it's a flashback. Joel's alive. Ellie's happy. So it's before their separation.
Yeah, yeah.
It's before his death,
Yep.
and it's in the happier time. So we got to be like a year or two after
Sure.
they get to Jackson because she's in her bedroom that we've seen.
Okay.
So like, I mean, I know exactly what it is, and I will be a fucking mess on Sunday.
I don't understand why you end it with that and don't just cut to black and end the episode.
I liked how they ended it with that because the juxtaposition of her doing the darkest thing she's ever done, and then all of a sudden she's waking up in bed, and Joel going, "Hey, kiddo," and she's like, "Hi," like all happy and like looking like a child. I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Mm.
I guess. Okay. I guess.
Maybe in context of all of it, it might be better. I feel like if they do really well with this, I feel like on a rewatch, this show would be better. Like this season
Okay,
would be better.
okay.
By the
Yeah.
time we know everything, which is
Right.
kind of a good thing, but also a fault of the show.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the end of the episode. So, does anybody have any other comments? Okay, I guess not.
Desinoti, you got no
talk that
comments?
much.
Disagree with anything we're saying? Agree with anything we're saying? Want to talk about anything else about it?
No, you guys had pretty spot on. Did they have masks at this time?
No, in the show, yeah, they've carried masks. I have questions about. This is a game thing. I have questions later about a mask, but like we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess.
Okay.
Because that's spoilers for the game and the show.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no masks, so they just seal off the basement. I feel like maybe the WLF is getting masks. They probably have a mask because they have to go down there at some point. It seems.
Yeah, it seems like if you guys were planning to do that, you should have just waited or.
They didn't know that spores were a thing. Also, shout out to the spore scene. We didn't talk about that fucking room.
Oh my god.
What
a
okay.
fucking room.
Oh yeah.
First of all, put yourself in Nora's shoes. Okay? You know, you're a strong, attractive black woman who's getting murdered. So you're like, let me run to this basement, fall down an elevator. Like, holy shit, you lived. Ellie, how the fuck did you miss the gunshots? Whatever, keep running.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
And then you run into a room, you have no flashlight, and the walls are covered in the grossest shit I've ever seen, and I can't imagine feeling in my life. And then you start coughing, and then you keep going, and then all of a sudden a red light turns on, and Ellie shows up, and it's like, just fucking kill me. Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine running around down there with no lights and touching those walls. But also hearing the people going,
Yeah.
I know, you see Leon down there, and I'm like, oh, fuck, he looks terrible.
And they're like, okay. Again, no context of video games or lore of the video games. It's like, oh shit, these people, like, are now putting more spores into the air.
Yeah.
Like, this thing is.
They are the
fueling
ones
itself with the
generating
people
the
that are trapped.
spores, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting concept. And I saw a comment on Reddit, one of the only comments on Reddit that is worth sharing, if I'm honest. And it was, I don't like how they didn't put spores in this from the beginning. But I like how they put spores in this now, because there's now a finite amount of time of this world left.
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, oh, fuck. And it makes it seem like a cure is needed now instead of being like, it would be cool. Because if cordyceps hang around for a long enough time, apparently they evolve into making it fucking airborne, which is a problem.
Uh-huh.
So, Crazy. Love that concept. Really wish spores were in it from the beginning, though. I will say still, because I just think they're cool, and I think a lot of other scenes were crazy with those, but whatever. But yeah, what a great fucking effect. Them breathing and like so
Yeah,
artsy
it's so
looking.
cool. It's
And they're
Like-
still
everything about
alive
it.
too.
They
Yeah.
are. Literally. Hopefully they're dead. Hopefully, like your mind, when you get infected, your mind just ends. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully
But
they're
this
not
is
feeling
now
that.
okay. So no, now this is the thing that I wanted to say about this. Um, are they infected or are they one with like a host organism?
They
Because
are infected
well, okay, the only
and
reason I
one with
ask
a
this,
host.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, I guess, but most like infected things, there's more deformities, I guess. These are like perfectly human.
So they are. I
They're
mean,
like
they
they
were
look like
covered
they're covered,
in a
but
short amount of time.
it looks like how do I want to word this? Keep talking. I'm gonna think about this for a
So
minute.
they were covered in a very short amount of time. And the way the infected has always been portrayed in these games, in the show, in my eyes, has been, hey, the people inside, they are basically dead. We don't know
Mhm.
where they go in their mind. We don't know if they're trapped in there. I would assume not, because that's just not how brains work. And then the cordyceps takes over the body and puppeteers them basically, and uses their body as basically a husk to get around.
Mhm.
And in this show, which I still do not like, is they act as one organism. I think it's very cool and very effective in the show. It's just not my ideal, because in the game they don't do that. That's a thing for the show.
Oh, okay,
Like the
interesting.
Vine shit, where it's like, oh,
Yeah,
Vine's
yeah,
over
yeah.
here. If you touch it, they communicate. Like, no, that's, in my eyes, that's such a Days Gone thing. Even though it's not Vines, they just fucking all
Hmm.
communicate, move as a horde or whatever. But like in
Yeah.
the show, I'm like, I still think that's like not dumb, but like not my infected. But I think it works in the show really well. And in this, it's like, oh, they're using those fresh bodies to make spores, because they are breathing on a rhythm. They're not breathing to stay alive, they're breathing to make spores.
Hmm.
So that's how I always saw it. I don't know if anybody else has like a different
So
idea of it.
when I'm looking at this, right, this is kind of like the people to me, it's more like they've been absorbed into a plant as opposed to they're like an infected thing.
Yeah, it is similar to that in
Um,
the
they're
show.
like more with a terrain. But it's interesting because like okay, I time for Kevin to go on a tangent here. You ready? All right.
Not too long.
Like not that long. Um, it's almost like Cordyceps understands how to lure people. I
I
mean,
mean, stalkers do.
sure, because like this the breathing, right, of making these spores, it's like a person who's respiratorily in trouble.
Oh,
Like
okay,
that is a
yeah.
sound. That is a sound where most people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" Like it's somebody who's like heavy asthma wheezing.
Yeah, like
Like
get closer to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like that. I don't know if there's a creature in the video games that like makes this, but like if the show introduces one, oh boy, like that's gonna be terrifying.
Yeah, in the
um,
games, there's not really one that like breathes spores or anything. I mean, the shamblers, they got like blow up things that release spores, and so do the big ones. What the fuck are the big ones called? Why am I forgetting what the big ones are called? Desonoda, you
what
know
is
this. What's the big one called?
Bloaters.
Bloaters. Thank you.
Oh.
But yeah, it's like I'm questioning if they're setting up for something here that like something made this as like an outpost almost, and they're trying to like grow it by getting people to expand it. It's basically like a Zerg
Yeah,
kind of
no,
thing.
I like that idea. I like that
It's
idea.
good.
Um,
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
because like if you think about it, like if the organism wants to continue to like expand and grow, and they're going the route of like it's a hive mind sort of network, it's going to realize at a certain point that like it can no longer just continue to grow because people are too smart and like they're like it's going to have to set up like a home base for itself,
I,
and it's going to have to push into territory in a new way.
Also, to like add some credence to that, when the bloater appears with a bunch of other ones, the other ones kind of block the bloater like to defend it, and then kind of follow the bloater around. So like in a way, like I do see like there has to be like a bigger entity in there to maybe control that. So I think absolutely you're correct with that.
Um, but I don't know. This was cool. I really enjoyed the special effects here and the
Yeah. Oh,
fucking
makeup and set design,
design.
fucking
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh my god.
Absolutely incredible. Shout out to
And
Nora.
again,
Coffin sounded awful.
yep. The camera work, man. Oh my god.
Camera work
The
always
camera
great.
going around the wall, like it's like, oh yeah, look, it's just on the wall. Oh yeah, it's getting a little worse. Getting a little. Oh, by the way, it's super worse now.
Ellie looking absolutely horrified, but still pushing on.
Yeah, because she just doesn't care.
Yeah. Also, shout out to how the spores looked at just in general floating in the air. I'm like, wow, it's so
pretty, so
beautiful.
good.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, she's in a room full of glitter. No,
Yeah.
awful, horrible,
Uh-huh.
infectious disease. Get the fuck
Right.
out of there. But like, oh, it's crazy. I will say, like, another thing I really liked in the game that they did not adapt really into the show, was the runners in the first episode. You see them like running around and they're like kind of puppeteering
Oh
and
my
like
God.
running into shit, and it's like terrifying. But then in the game they have those, but then they have like the next evolution of like the ones that just kind of stand around that have only been infected for like a couple years, and it sounds like they're internally wrestling with themselves, like they're in pain. So they're like, and it's like, and then they see you and they go and start screaming. But they don't do that in the show because they have all these fucking vines and shit in their mouth. And I've
Right.
always thought it took away from that so much, because that episode in season 1 where Sam, the little boy, asks Ellie, like, do you think they feel things like in
Right.
there? And it's like, I don't know, probably, but probably not, at the same time, like, I don't know. It just didn't hit as much. So there's like
Uh-huh.
the little issues I've had in season 1, I feel like are growing in season 2 because it's just so
Interesting.
different from the game. But again, it's just one where I need to finish it. I need to see it all before I
Yeah.
just want to make that final judgment. I'm not the internet. I don't think Bella Ramsey's doing a bad job. I don't think the dialogue is cringy or bad or delivered bad. I think some of the jokes don't hit because I have a sense of humor that is different than everybody else's. And everybody else's is different than everybody else's. Like, some
Right.
jokes hit, some jokes don't. Move on with your life. If a joke's bad,
Well,
hey, guess
yeah,
what?
I
We
mean-
live. Like, if I see one more fucking complaint about I'm gonna be a dad, I will fucking slaughter every single person who says anything about that. She's excited. She said it. If you don't like it, move on.
Yeah, just. Oh my
Yeah, it was good.
gosh.
It was good.
I
Good
just
line,
want
good
to.
delivery.
It's crazy. The most recent episode on IMDb has a user score of like a 7.7, and the one before that has a user score of like a 4 point something because of the lesbian stuff, and because she said I'm gonna be a dad. And it's just like, oh my god, the fucking hate around this show is so annoying. Where
Yeah.
I'm like, I talk to you guys, and I know nobody else who's watching it, even though it's fucking doing gangbusters for HBO like it always does. And then I go online, there's a Reddit community that is based on the game, but is absolutely locked to any fan of the game because it was taken over by people who absolutely despise the second game. The other Last of Us is complaining about the fucking show, and then the show is complaining that Ellie doesn't look like Ellie. And it's like, I don't know if you know this, Joel don't look like Joel, and nobody's mad about that. Like, I think it's because Ellie's character is just so different in this show,
Yeah.
and it was so clear in season 1.
Oh my God.
that like for some reason people thought that she would just be the same character in the game too. It's like, what? And then I just saw people being like, hey, like, I'm starting to understand if they cast Caitlin Speeney instead of Bella Ramsey, I probably still wouldn't like the show because the writing's bad and it's not my Ellie. And it's like, okay, go fucking play the game. But also, if you look at your Reddit history, you also hated the fucking game. Stupid. It's all
Yeah,
dumb.
well,
It's all
I
dumb.
don't know. Real quick, unless somebody's got anything else.
No, go ahead.
Okay, real quick. I for limited knowledge of video games, Kevin, how is this show going? First of all, season 1, oh my god, so fucking good. Season 2, I don't like as much, but I feel that's sort of unfair. Um, because like I don't know, Joel was such a big, important character for a lot of progression of the show, deep dialogue. Uh, he kind of like built a lot of characters. Like a lot of characters came to life around him. It was real weird. And it's not like the characters are flat now. That's not it at all.
No,
It's
Dina
just that
steals every
like
scene she's in.
yeah, Gina's stealing everything now. Ellie is like super secondary.
Yeah,
Um,
crazy.
and then like you've got I want more of Jesse. I want more of Tommy because I feel like those characters they like almost mean more than Ellie does right now, which is strange. And I don't really like that that's true. I need Ellie to come into her own, and maybe it happens here at this point when she beats the shit out of Nora. I don't know.
I hope it
Um,
does. In my eyes, it should have already happened.
but like, so like I can't say this is a bad show. Like I just can't. Like it's a
No.
good show. I'm enjoying watching
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I want to watch it every time a new episode comes out. Um, but like, am I sitting here going like, oh man, at the moment I can watch this next episode, I'm going to? No, I'm not. I'll get to it before the podcast. Like whatever. When it was coming out, when season 1 was coming out, I couldn't wait to watch every episode. Like
Mhm.
I needed more. It was like fucking crack cocaine. This is like cigarettes.
Oh, wow, okay.
What a bad analogy. Like
You're addicted, so you just keep coming back.
I'm like
Unlike cocaine, not addictive.
Oh, interesting. No, then that analogy doesn't break at all. Or doesn't work at all. Like I don't know. Like episode 1, I was hooked. I was addicted. I needed it. Or episode 1, season 1. Season 2, I want to keep watching it because I'm waiting for that moment where it kicks off. Not that it hasn't. I mean, season 2 has had great moments. It had great scenes. The story makes sense to me. Everything is making perfect logical sense. But like, I'm waiting for it to just be like, okay, here's where we put the pedal to the floor and go.
The, the,
Because
the
it still
excellence,
seems like build up.
the excellence of this season has not been the main plot.
Yeah.
That is the issue with this season. The excellence that was in season 1 was the main plot of the show. It was the characters and the relationships and the constantly progressing story. And this, the story feels a little stagnated because Ellie and Dina have gotten to Seattle so quick, have barely done anything. Ellie just got her first kill, and there's only 2 episodes left, and the next episode is a flashback. What the fuck?
Right.
Like, I think we spent a little too much time in Jackson in episode 3. I think we should have left immediately. I don't like the 3-month delay. At first I was like, yeah, this is cool, but now I'm like, a 3-month delay, like, no, let's go when the tempers are hot. Like,
Yeah.
Ellie should be like fucking pissed. It maybe 2 weeks, but 3 months we waited.
Uh-huh.
Like, okay, yeah, she had to heal, but like, I feel like if we were like 2 weeks, like she left with a broken rib, who gives a fuck? Like, we had a vote, which I thought was very interesting, totally explained a lot of the game, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't care about the vote. It added a lot of context, which was nice, but if you just told me, hey, they had a vote while you were asleep in the hospital, they said no. okay, who cares? Let's go. Like,
Right.
there's moments where they're adding so much where I'm like, this is great. And if we had more episodes this season, I would be all about them. But what they're adding adds so little
Yes.
overall to the
Yeah.
story that I feel like we're going so fast but making so little progress through this show, which is a crazy feeling to have. I agree with you about Joel. Like, I think he was great, but I think the reason Joel works so well is because he spoke. He spoke a lot. Even
Okay,
as a
that's fair.
silent
Yeah.
character, he spoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when he wasn't speaking, somebody was speaking to him. Ellie,
Mhm.
people are speaking at her. They're not speaking to Ellie most of the time. They're
That's a
speaking
good
at
point.
her
Okay.
because
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
can't have a conversation with her because she's not taking anything seriously because she's cocky, she's doing whatever. So, like,
Right.
I just need to see something. And the next 2 episodes really hinges on my fucking love for this show because I want to love something so bad and I keep getting teased with it. I'm like a fucking Mormon dry humping. Like, just let me get there. Just come on. Like,
Uh-huh.
I just need that one scene for me to go, I know Bella Ramsey's a great actor, and I know they can carry a show, but this show is not the one they're carrying so far. Every scene with Dina, she's carrying it. Every scene with Jesse, somehow he's carrying it. What a
Yeah, it's
fucking
weird.
lovable guy. I barely know him in
Yeah.
this show. And I
Right.
already like him
Uh-huh.
more than his character in the fucking game. Tommy,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
barely in it. Love him so much.
Tommy, yeah,
Even
Tommy's great.
fucking Maria and her love for Tommy, I was like, hell yeah. Ellie, sad, angry, jokey. That's it. That's all we got so far. It's not. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's the writing for her. I think it is. I don't know. It's just I need
See, but
more,
like here, the
but I
thing that
need
I don't
more of the
get.
things I need, not more of things I
Right.
don't need.
I think that what they're trying to do is like I said, like I think it's just gonna be this immediate switch on at whatever the hell point for Ellie, because like she is so bland in this season.
Yeah.
Maybe even in the first one. I don't
She
think she was though.
no, because she had that like fun whimsicalness to her as a
Yeah.
child, but in this one they only showed her as I'm angry, but they won't tell
But
us why
she's
she's
not
angry, even though
because
I
like
know why she's angry. But then she's not showing anger all the time. She's just
no,
being
she's not.
like
She's just like I
she
got
just
this
gets
until
yeah
she doesn't.
yeah.
And like oh yeah, we're gonna like keep moving ahead because I gotta kill Abby. But why am I killing Abby? Oh, I gotta do this because like she just seems fighting with herself constantly,
Yeah,
and
and
it's gone on for too long because I think what like kind of like what you're saying because I don't have the frame of reference of like where we are in the video game
yeah.
versus like where we are in the show. So like for me, I'm like, oh yeah, sure, they're in Seattle already. They skipped like useless travel or whatever. I don't fucking know, whatever. Like,
They yeah
but
they
like
skipped that too in the game
they've
mostly.
they've like all this time that should have passed. Ellie has remained completely the same the whole way through.
Yeah,
Like, and she's borderline emotionless. Like she is one step perfect. Here we go. She is one step up from fucking Bella in Twilight. I forget who the hell played her.
oh, Kristen Stewart.
Yeah. Like there is emotion, but it's only when it's her and Gina time.
uh, in the
Or her
quiet
and Tommy.
moments when she's like
Yeah.
reflecting on Joel, it's like, oh shit. Like when she's doing that guitar scene in in the previous
Oh
episode,
my
it's like, fuck,
god.
she is crushing this.
Yes.
Like, give the actress something to do. Oh, we're
But
giving this
that's
scene
the
to
thing.
Dina. Oh, we're giving this to Dina. Oh, we're giving this
Because
to Jesse. We're giving. Yeah,
the action scenes come and the camera's not on her.
it's not.
You could sub her out for a freaking broom and bucket, and it would be no different.
I get why people think Dina seems to be more motivated for Joel's death, but I really hope this turns around after the Nora scene
Yeah.
Yeah.
In part of me hopes that I kind of wish Nora had long hair so she could fucking tie Nora's head to her belt. That's how evil I want Ellie to be after this. I want, because the show has done something with Ellie that is like, hey, she respects when people are violent. Like when she watches Joel beat
Yeah.
that guard to death or punch him real hard many a time, if he died, I don't know, bro, fucking not walking. But like when she and just watches and she's like absolutely like enthralled by it, and then she stabs that one dude in the head in the first season. Like there's so many moments where it's like there's something wrong with this girl.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Well,
then
and then her obsession with guns too.
her
And
obsession
then
with
she gets her
guns and
hands on
like
it, and like
yeah.
she can't fucking shoot a barn.
Her shooting stance is very strange. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but like,
It's fine.
yeah. But there's moments where I'm like, okay, like, I need her. I need the show to do something that the game doesn't, and I need Ellie to just go full fucking evil,
Hmm.
evil, not evil,
Hmm.
evil, like just fucking
Yeah.
millionaire. Like I'm gonna blow up the world. I want her to just absolutely fucking bomb the hospital and kill every WLF in there. So she goes, Abby, you better come out or I will fucking destroy this place. But then it comes to that issue that you've talked about. I don't want her to become Jackie Chan all of a sudden because she's shown no skills to do that. So I need the build
And
up,
yet,
but
yeah.
we don't have the episodes. So I
No.
need something to happen. So it makes me wonder how the fuck is this season going to end, even though I know exactly where it should fucking end. And then
Hmm.
oh man, we'll talk. We can't even talk about what the fuck that would happen. Oh man, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's fucking crazy. I will say
But
I
like,
do crave the show every Sunday still. I'm there at
okay.
8:57 for some reason. Max puts up the episode 3 minutes early. They never do it for any other fucking show, but this one they put it up at 8:57 and I start that bitch right away. I'll go whoa. So
But no, am I enjoying it? Yes. And do I
yeah,
understand it? Yes. I don't feel like I'm missing anything at all. Like this is still a good show. Would I watch it again? Yeah, maybe. But like,
I really feel like I feel like a rewatch is going to be better.
the rewatch of season two for sure will be better. Season one, I don't know, because season one is just like a fucking masterpiece.
I think
Um,
watching season 1, 2, and 3 when they're all out after watching them already, I think is going to be such an experience
Yeah.
altogether. And I
I'd be
think,
down for that.
yeah,
You want to like
100%,
do that for a day or two?
absolutely.
I'd
I
take
would.
time off. All right.
Well, it really depends on what the fuck the rest of season 2
I
and
mean, I
3
guess
are.
that's fair.
It
Yeah,
could all
yeah, that's
fall
fair.
apart. I don't think it
Right.
will, based on the showrunners and the game creators and like everybody who's part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the quality of acting, again, I know for a fact I will be a wreck
And
in the
that's the
next
thing.
episode.
It's like I'm. It sucks to talk like this about the show because like I don't know. It's not that bad. But at the same time, it's like, why are we doing these things that we're doing right now?
Yeah,
Like, can we get that extra bit of top notch? Oh,
it's hard to talk about something that has such a masterclass 10 of a first season to then be like, hey, yeah, this season's like a 9.5, but you know I got issues, and it's like
right.
it's still a quality fucking show. I can't describe
Hmm.
how quality it is, but then
Yeah.
it just you did this one thing before. I'm sorry, it was so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, it's based on, I don't know if you know this, a fucking amazing franchise of games.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so, like, hey, comparison is the death of good or whatever the fuck that quote is. But, like,
They just set the bar so high.
they set the bar so high. They changed what they changed, like how they adapted it. Like, they fucking made a mistake doing so well that when they
Uh-huh.
would change more here, it's like, okay. Like, I think I understand why people complain about the pacing this season, and I felt it more in this last episode than anything else. And I still think this episode was a very strong episode, even with all
What?
the issues that I have.
What are people saying about the pacing? I think the pacing is fine.
People are saying that like there's not like there's a lot of high and low points where it's like I don't care about this scene, okay, we're doing something. I don't care about this scene, okay, we're doing something, which I
Oh, I mean,
kind of
okay.
get. Cause like, yeah, you're triangulating. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go and play guitar. Okay, back here, you figured out a way. Okay, fucking. cut that down to one scene. We don't need all that. Like, I get
see,
that.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind that either, but I understand why somebody would be like, cut that down. Like,
All right.
like we could skip over this. Hey,
'Cause, like,
Dina's triangulating. Cool. Jokey. Okay, move on. Okay, next.
I
Guitar. Oh,
know
context. Cool.
episode 3, I think it was, when I was like, episode's it's a build-up episode. Like, yeah, in the moment when I'm watching that episode, I'm just like, oh, okay, we're building up to a thing, we're building up to a thing, we're building up to a thing. Not really much is happening here. We got some like plot development, some character development, great. But like we're not gonna go anywhere in this episode. Okay. But like that build up wasn't wasted. Because then
No,
freaking 4 and 5 happened.
no, I agree with that. The build-up wasn't wasted. I still think it was too long of build-up.
Okay, that's fair. Alright.
I feel like where we are in episode 5, we should honestly be here in episode 5, but I feel like other things should have happened by the time we got to here.
Got it. Okay.
Like, I should be worried for
So you
Ellie
think it's
going
not
into
a-
beating Nora. It should have built up to beating Nora.
Mm-hmm.
She just went straight to beating Nora.
Got it. So you think like when people say that there's like pacing issues, it's really that there, like what you said, there should be other scenes that we're not getting and cut the
Yeah.
ones that are in here?
There's so on the if you go on the Reddit of the Last of Us HBO series, they have a watch along, and there's one for non-game spoilers and one for game spoilers. And the non-game spoilers, it has some people who played the game, but they're in there watching it with the people who don't know the game. And the people who don't know the game, some of them are like, wow, this is great. I don't understand why we're seeing this. Like in episodes, they'll be like, hey, these are funny, but like, why are we still talking? Like, why aren't... And then the Nora scene came on, and they're like, what the fuck is happening? Why is Ellie, like, beating her, like, Abby?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, shit, like, in the game, there's that buildup because you go through all that combat, you kill Jordan in the game, and, like, like, this is not the first of Abby's crew. Like, there's... And then Dina's character is so different from the game in this. Dina's character in the game, not so much set on violence, more about justice.
Okay, interesting.
And gets to a point where she's like, hey, like, we don't have to kill every single person we encounter in awful, violent ways.
Right.
And it's like, and then Ellie's like, it changes their relationship. And in this game, it just seems like Dina's pushing more. So, like, people are kind of all over the place with that. And then if you go in the game one, they're like, what the fuck? Where is this scene? Where is this? Where is this line? And I'm like, okay, I don't need every line.
Right.
And then some of them I'm like, okay, that line's not there, but I could see them using it later. And there's a scene involving the horse that they cut out. Desonoto remembers the scene with the horse. And in a way, I'm glad they cut that scene out, but also I think it adds a lot to it. I don't know if it's ever going to pop up, so that's why I'm not saying it. At the end of the season, I'll definitely mention it. But it's just very strange, like, what they're excluding from this, because so far the things that I've known they've excluded it really help the story and where I think it's going. That's why I'm always like, I want to hold my judgment until I see all of it, because they might be doing thematically different things like they did in season 1. There was a couple themes that were different, which is crazy because I fucking love the first game and I love the second game and I love the first season, and so far I really like the second season, and I'm really hoping that turns into a love. But right now it's not love at first sight. It's, wow, you're cool, but I need more. So, can't wait. Destino, you got anything else about this?
No, I think I'm good.
Great.
Oh my god, it's after 2 already.
Yeah, we did a little talky about this one.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I don't know.
Genesis, any comments, questions, concerns about that, or?
I ain't making no comments about this show. You hit the nail on that with the fucking red shit. You would not want to know what I have to say about this fucking show.
Yeah, your comments are, the surface level, and
I'm not.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, good. Don't worry about it. I have no comments for the show. So I'm glad I'm
I
not
respect
watching it.
that. I respect
I would
that.
be.
In the
Yeah.
past I would not have respected that, just based on all the fucking noise I keep seeing. I respect what you're being quiet about it. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no point in kind of just reiterating the things that I've seen already and all that stuff. I just choose not to watch it. I completely agree with you. Like, if you have such a problem with it, which I do, I'm just not gonna watch it. Simple as that. Then I don't have an
I
opinion. I don't have to
there's
voice
okay.
a
There you go.
stupid
I
thing
just want to
online, and
say
I'm good.
one thing. I want to say one thing. People complaining about Bella Ramsey based on how she looks. It's like, okay, if you don't think she looks like the character, okay, move on. But I saw one comment complaining about her looks
Yeah.
that I agreed with. And it's like, hey, she doesn't look like Ellie. Why didn't they just give her Ellie's hairstyle with the bangs? And I was like, I don't know. Why didn't they give her with the little short bangs? She has like a
Yeah.
bangs covering like a lot of the top of her head, and I feel like that would fucking change a lot of people's opinions if she just had the same fucking haircut. But
Yeah.
no, they didn't do
Yeah.
that.
I can see
So
that. I can see
maybe it
that.
didn't look good on the actress. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
But I was like,
Now, good.
huh, good point. Good point.
All right. Well, you guys have talked enough about the show. It's late enough. You guys have to get up for work in the morning. So that's the end of this episode of Crafting a Chat. We will see you guys next week, Tuesday, same time, same place, and catch us
It'll be a
on
shorter episode, don't you worry.
twitch.tv/craftingachat.
Ah,
Yeah,
well, yeah.
Unless there's a
No, I don't.
bombshell that
I don't
happens.
think. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a longer talk about the episode because I know exactly what this episode is. I think it might have a little bit more, but my thoughts on it should be pretty short, and sweet, and to the point. So
Okay.
I can't fucking wait.
All right.
All right.
Is that it?
Filthy animals.
He just said all right, and that's it. All right.